Feels
Yeet.
good.
Hello.
The whiplash of John being the first person to eat.
Yeah.
Alright. So, welcome back to the standard D&D game. I promise we haven't forgot about this one. Would like to recap.
Well, the time before we just attacked Scorpio, the time before that. So, last time, we, transferred Junior over to the Aquarius hut, and everybody else back to the castle through it. Xenia and Esther pulled loot off of Scorpio, identified various magical items, did find the vestige, luckily.
There we go.
The body had scrying on it currently. Not known who or what. There were a couple of other things, contingency, gentle repose ×2, mind blank, etc. Things that were still in effect. But the scrying was the concerning part. Anyhow, then we took a little bit of a break. Rosalind made some cupcakes and set a very well-meant friendly trap with them, because they were fizzy lifting cupcakes, so for about an hour everybody was bobbing around the common area between the bedrooms, kind of on the ceiling, just having a great time. Esther made us traditional style clothes for the Genasi gathering, each of us with a symbol of whatever job class, kind of, that she felt we embodied.
Yeah, basically what class she would have assumed that you would have been chosen as, alongside her matriarchal crest.
Yep.
So you are all now, if you choose to wear it, identified very clearly as of the Mackin family.
Yeah.
That night, Ashta got in on one little secret. Xenia has been building an elaborate pillow fort in their room. And apparently has requisitioned so many pillows to do it.
Kind of ridiculous.
You stole the
Me too.
pillows?
In the morning, Xenia got a message from Cancer. Cancer expects to hear from us in some coming days. She's in a little bit of trouble, on trial with Libra for lying about us, our being there, or leaving something. Libra would want proof that we are not out to kill all the Zodiacs. In 3 days, witnesses can arrive in Libra's domain. However, we have yet to contact Cancer or anybody else and find out if there is some sort of, witness immunity. Because, it'll little defeat our purpose, the purpose of our entire argument, if we fought our way in or fought our way out. Wouldn't be good.
Just a bit.
In the meantime, we find out that the Mark of Scorpio, little token we found on Scorpio's body, is a proof of identity of the Zodiacs. Each one has one. However, we also found out, due to a very high spell slot and a very high ability check by Esther, that the 13th can scry through it, always. Also tells him when the holder of it dies. So, that was fun. We passed that over to the diviner who destroyed it. We also passed over Scorpio's body, and pretty much took our leave. Libra is in the realm of Aqua, plane of air. That'll be the location of the trial. Fervus is looking into glibness potions just in case, and got ingredients for some fairly good prices, 2 doses of them. See if he can synthesize any more, see if Imagineering can do anything. But that's for a little bit later on as we go around. We passed the little purple pseudo-dragon and her nest of eggs to a messenger from the forest village that Rosalind's birth cousin is from. Kind of fulfilling a small side request that had been made ages and ages ago before we even started recording any of this.
Side quest.
Yeah. Esther is a book thief.
Yes.
I'm just gonna kind of leave that right there.
Esther didn't know library cards. She didn't know library cards existed, okay? That's where we're at.
So she completely cleared a library of Most.
9 books!
Alright,
9
fine.
books!
9
You
books.
say that like that's like,
9
oh
books.
yeah, no, I like
She cleared a
stole
library
small candy
shelf.
bar from the store. No, you cleared a shelf.
Alright, fair enough. And then we went over to Lentiel, and Zini went down to resurrect Remy's husband, Mahmud. The Raven Queen got involved, and Remy is now currently blind. As a payment of balance for bringing him back. And that is where we left off last time.
Xenia, as you watch Remy and Mahmud march back to the castle. Somber, but satisfied, it seems. Kind of just left standing there with Rosé, the platform. Rests her hand on like your lower back and just doing alright.
Sure. It's just... It's hard, but it's the present now. It's not... Can't dwell on the past, and... Mistakes made so many years back, you know?
I mean, if you look at it objectively, technically, you'll probably outlive him a second time too.
Don't!
Oh my
Just
god.
smile, just like bops you on the hip, like I'm joking, relax.
You were objectively correct, though.
Same.
Yeah.
Still appreciate the talk from that night.
I'm glad. Seems like you've had a pretty stressful couple of weeks, eh?
It's gonna keep on being stressful at this point, and I think we already had our days off.
You guys have earned a vacation at some point soon.
With what we still have to do, and Asha being
Yeah. Multiplanar war, whatever. There's a beach in the south that is wonderful.
You would need an army of Rosalinds to convince Ashta we need a beach vacation.
I'm halfway convinced Rosalind could summon an army of Rosalinds to convince Ash up something.
You just gave me the best idea.
That's what I'm here for.
I appreciate it. I am gonna go clear my head in my room for a little bit, and then try and emerge a more mature and slightly more chaotic person with that idea.
I'm glad I was the source of this.
So you'll give just like a small smile and just start walking towards the castle.
Hey!
Hmm?
Can I sleep over tonight?
Who told you?
Think anything gets past me?
You're the one that gets... Did Issa tell you? Was it Issa?
Played the fifth.
It was Issa. Fine.
I played the fifth.
Insight!
Go for it. God damn it.
Oh.
You know her social security number? No,
Your credit card number and 3 numbers on the back.
Nice.
You're pretty sure, that it was a hazard of a guess that no one told her.
Fine.
She might have just wanted to sleep over.
Wait until everyone else goes to bed and you can enter.
Sweet.
I'll make popcorn.
Awesome. I will bring a cold glass of water. I can't cook.
I'll make slightly more snacks then. I'll
I
say it's
appreciate
back.
it. So yeah. Just gonna wait as you head by and you see her walk over to the apprentice to go give some like cursory lessons and spend the rest of her evening doing so.
Mhm.
I mean, by now it's been like 2, 3, I said, like early afternoon. Said.
Zine just quietly goes into their room. And closes the door.
In the meantime, you guys feel the castle begin to start floating its way over to Peduncle, signifying that the former duo, now trio, has returned.
Esther's gonna go to Xenia's door.
I'm gonna roll something real quick. Conrad, with that number, would Xenia have remembered to lock the door?
With that, honestly, I'm halfway convinced your guys' doors don't have locks, outside of like big bolts that you would have to like slam home.
Xenia may have forgotten.
Okay. It's like a little key wouldn't be enough for any of you guys at this point.
Fair.
Take Xenia a couple minutes, but they'll crawl through their little maze and just open the door a little bit. Yeah.
Are you okay?
Well, a little bit guilty, in a sense. But other than that, I'm fine.
Why guilty?
I couldn't give the Raven Queen anything, and Remy lost her sight because of it.
Xenia, you've already given a lot.
I could give more.
But this wasn't your sacrifice to make.
It was one I wanted to make, Esther.
But you couldn't. And Remy did. You can't hold yourself responsible for something you couldn't do in the moment. Everybody would put themselves in your shoes and say that I would totally do this in the moment, or I would do this, and when the time comes, nobody really knows what they're gonna do.
But the thing is, even as forethought as it was happening, and in hindsight, I would have no idea what I would give. My soul has already been given. My life and existence is given to all of you, which is a beautiful decision. My current existence is given to this cause. I can't think of anything I would have given in that. It feels like it's crushing me a little bit.
It's okay. You've given all of yourself to other people. It's alright to keep some for yourself. It's okay to not sacrifice everything for everyone else. Sometimes you have to let other people do the sacrificing for you.
I feel like my room's the only thing that I've really been keeping to myself, and now Rayla's taking it over.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, how open is the door? Like a crack?
It's like open a crack, but Xenia will like there's like a little look of shame and just a little bit of joy on their face as they open it slightly more.
You look upon a castle, a true masterpiece of architecture, pillows.
How did you do that?
Thievery.
Is that where my pillows have gone?
You didn't use them, they were on the floor.
Fair point.
Hmm?
Fair point. Oh, well, I won't come in then. I'm assuming this is kind of your safe space.
Yep.
Then I won't come in.
Okay, cool.
One day, if you're comfortable enough, I'd love to see what you've made, but
Just don't tell anyone.
my lips are sealed, I promise.
Cool. Weirdly enough, Ashta's the only other person who knows. And Rosa.
I feel like Ashta stumbled upon it on accident.
I was trying to ask for pillows last night, and he figured it out why I wanted them. And originally I did want this to be a thing he only knew because that would have been funny, or it could have been a thing of him and his monotone voice going like, Xenia has a pillow for it, you didn't hear it from me, but you'll never believe.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say anything. And as far as we both know, he doesn't need to know that.
You have a point.
I do. Well, we'll be passing over Peduncle soon. I'm probably going to go down. Would you like to stay in your room?
Yeah, I'm gonna head over to Mattress Mountain and sort of curl myself up in there for a bit.
Okay. Do you want me to bring you a snack?
No, I can make a snack myself. Thank you, though.
Okay. Would you like a hug?
Sure. I had to remind myself what character I was playing.
Roll for mom, roll for mom! Damn, not the best.
Oh, art die?
Say again?
Did Sky's thing die? It's a weird file thing on mine.
It is,
Oh,
but it's also
apologies.
Sky's name and not Esther's, so.
I didn't
Oh.
switch, sorry, my bad. Esther
Yeah.
gives you a hug. It's not as good as they normally are, probably because of how tired she is, but it's still Esther.
Senior still accepts and appreciates it very much.
Well, I'll leave you to it. Rest up, okay? And if you want to talk about stuff tonight, I'm more than happy to.
Thanks, and as a forewarning, if anything bad happens in the castle, knock on wood, and Xenia sort of just finds some, knocks on. I'm in that pile of the biggest pillows.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Alright. I'll see you later. And Esther will just kind of leave.
As you guys continue to float towards the ruins of Peduncle, about an hour passes. You guys can just mark that off as you so desire. And you just hear the echo of the castle saying, "We've arrived above the Phoenix Egg." Whoever would like to go down to visit, feel free to.
Esther will.
Fervus is still working on the potion of glibness, if I'm not mistaken, so he's going to keep doing that.
Is anyone going to join Esther? Obviously, Garil will.
Rosalind would be willing, and she'd ask Ashta if he wanted to.
Yeah, Ashta has some expertise here, so he might go.
Yeah.
So as you guys
The Firebird.
collect, float over. Egg is not huge. It's medium-sized. It's 5 feet tall, 6 feet maybe. There is a retinue of druids, paladins surrounding it, just in every direction, keeping watch on it. You see many of them have either singe marks that haven't been totally buffed out of their armor, little burns somewhere on their face or skin. And as you begin to float down, Rose chooses to set down a bit farther away from it, so it's not
Yeah,
seem like an
probably.
attack. By the time you guys set down, one of the paladins kind of makes the way over to you and looks over each of you and just, "You have business?"
We're here for a reason, aren't we?
The reason would be
Personal research. This one here has some ties to elemental fire and the like, and like to see the interaction of it being like that.
so you just plan to observe, or do you need to get close?
I would like to get close. I'm immune, if that helps.
But if we see you casting some sort of fancy magic without discussing with us, we will shoot on sight.
That's fine, I don't plan to. If anything, I'll call it out first. Should it come to the need for me to defend myself. But I'm not here to cast anything.
Be too careful.
What's the cycle of this thing like?
Every week or so it appears. It's been 2 days since it last did, so it should be safe right now, but it would be the first time it came early.
Has anyone held any sort of, maybe not conversation, but any sort of understanding with it?
Maybe one of the archdruids, but nothing productive. best we do so far is wait for it to appear and shoot it down, so it doesn't burn anything else to the ground. Especially with summer coming and all the plains and the green sea drying out.
Of course, that's very understandable. I would like it if you all could stay back. At a safe distance, please and thank you.
Get about 30 feet back. Any closer and you start to get singes.
May I start approaching?
Kind of beckons you over, and the other two are asked to stay just like at the perimeter, basically, besides the paladins.
Okay.
Looking at the makeup of them, no genasi. It seems to be almost exclusively Aasimar and elves who are watching this. Maybe one tiefling. That takes some scrutiny to kind of figure out that they are so one of the ones that look more human than anything else. As you guys,
I'm gonna keep like hand, not on crossbow, but ready to grab crossbow.
the just before clock strikes noon pose. Esther, you approach it. It's smaller than you are. It's this. It looks like barely cooled magma, where there's a crust of black, sooty material, smoke rising out of the top, and a radius, like a starburst pattern of ash, maybe 120 feet out from this thing, permanently etched into the ground, like permafrost. But in its current state, it's not. You don't have any sense of wonder or awe looking at it. Just knowledge of what it is might impress, but it looks just like a big fiery egg.
In all honesty, she feels compassion.
As you get within the 30 feet, though, even through all your levels of protection, while it's not a burning pain, you can feel this heat. Your mouth instantly is just dry. Like you haven't drank water in days. And as you step closer, your skin, not burning, but you feel almost looks like a sunburn start to occur. This isn't like casually hot, this is the inside of a volcano.
She goes as close as she can without having intent, like without pain, and kind of just sits down.
So the pain is manageable up to touching it, basically. It doesn't hurt worse than like a sunburn would. But you know, if you didn't have multiple ways to resist and immunize yourself to fire, this would be catastrophically painful.
Yeah. Well, she'll kind of sit as close as she can, maybe like 10 feet away.
Alright, fair enough. You kind of suit yourself into the ground in that similar pose you do, I assume, at the base of the monarch's pedestal.
And she's gonna try to reach out to it through meditation.
Alright. Do you have a check for meditation?
I do not.
In that case, go ahead and make an intelligence check for me with advantage.
Oh, let's hope. Okay, sorry, one sec, my sheet's loading.
Esther Rosalind. Sorry, Ashton Rosalind. Watching from your perimeter, you can also feel this heat. It's not bad. Like a nice, 30 Celsius day. Uncomfortable, but not terrible. You dealt with worse. Ashton, that cooling undershirt really helps. And you can see as Esther approaches it, kind of like slight brightening of the magma beneath the egg. Almost like it's reacting to her. And that smoke, she can't see it from her position, but you can see it almost opens behind her as she walks, leaving like a path and a trail. As she sits before it, closes her eyes to focus. About 5 minutes pass. 10 minutes pass. For 15 minutes, Esther, you hear. It's almost like the acoustics wherever you're sitting have changed. Your eyes are still closed, but it almost feels like you've gone somewhere else. If you open your eyes, it looks like you're sitting inside of the egg. a claustrophobically tight space where there's just light and shifting flames. As the flames kind of form themselves into a small creature, maybe a foot tall. You hear a voice echoing around you in this tiny cavern. Day, beloved of the Firebirds.
Hello. Beloved is a very flattering term, I suppose.
There are not many who can commune with them through intermediaries or otherwise. Who are you?
My name is Esther Mackin.
Mackin?
Yes.
You are currently within the shell of the Ruler of Flames.
The ruler of flames, you say?
Not the flames of life like those Firebirds claim. These are the flames of destruction.
Well, it is an honor to meet you,
It is.
considering I use your flames, I suppose, in my own way. I'm very humbled that I am able to give you thanks for granting me that power in a way.
Flames are the casual runoff of my kind, but your appreciation is noted.
Might I ask you a question?
May? Child of Flames.
Why are you here? Is there someplace you'd rather go? I suppose being shot down by those of the material plane every time you appear isn't very fun.
Life and rebirth are one and the same. It is no difference to me. I am here because this is where my body resides. Eventually it will return to the place of my origins, but until then here I exist.
Is there any way I can help with that?
With your magic? If you're a natural magician, there's a chance, but the arcane holds no sway over me.
I understand. Why do I feel drawn to you?
Just as a droplet of water nearing a puddle will try to connect once more, you are urged to return to the flames you were once part of.
What do you mean?
All those who have connections to the plane of fire are connected in some form to a piece of a phoenix. We were the original flame.
Oh, alright.
Were it not for us, you would not live.
That makes sense. Is there anything I can do to help you? I know you said that death and rebirth are part of your cycle. It's no matter to you. But is there anything I can do to help you?
You wish to serve me?
In what manner?
That's what I'm asking of you. Do you wish to be granted a boon of mine, or instead are you seeking some sort of deal?
I don't believe I truly seek anything of you. I feel compassion, I suppose. I know you are far more powerful than I. I will never claim to admit otherwise. But the thought of waking only to be struck down again and again, it doesn't sit right with me. I know this isn't your plane, that you belong somewhere else. I just wanted to know if I could help you return there.
Play a charisma check. With advantage.
Yeah, because she's being legitimately honest here.
Oh, I know.
I'm waiting for the number.
Okay.
Not bad. Not bad.
No. You can feel the pressure of this being's gaze, trying to read everything about you. Your past, your mind, your very soul. It's gazing upon.
She's not trying to hide anything. She's being as honest as she possibly can.
And as it finishes the observation, you are wise to not lie to me, child of flames.
It was never my intention.
You're wiser than most who would parley with me.
I appreciate the compliment. Thank you.
You wish to serve me? Wish to assist me?
Assist you, yes. I believe my servitude is taken up by a few others, I suppose.
You oppose the Zodiacs, do you not?
Some, yes. Not all. Those who do not wish to cause harm, I do not wish to cause harm to them. But if there are those who stand in the way of peace, unfortunately, blood is shed. I cannot deny that, nor will I try to.
And I will grant you a boon. In exchange, you will have one of the Zodiacs return me to my home.
I will try.
Feel the flames awash across your body. And in this whatever place you are, you almost feel your skin and flesh melt, and your bones turn to ash. And as you reappear, mentally, in your own body kneeling in front of the egg, you hear a quiet voice echoing from the side of your soul. My boon. Speaking to any being of flame, a creature of fire, they will understand you. They will listen to you. So, it's per long rest. You can cast the Gish spell
Okay.
on a creature from the plane of fire or related to the plane of fire. For reference, that's an 8th level enchantment spell.
Fuck. Alright.
Geas.
Give me a second.
Geese.
Hong Kong.
Geas.
It's a big fire goose.
Basically. Well, that's what Phoenix is, isn't it?
Yeah, and so it grants geese.
Exactly.
God, boys. Alright, before
Once-
she leaves... Sorry, go ahead.
Once I'm returned to my home, this boon will fade and you will instead be granted a different one. Payment for services rendered.
You do not have to pay me. Truly, this is something I would very much like to do.
Servitude to a phoenix requires payment. A boon of the beings of flame.
Do you know which zodiac would be best to return you? To give me a starting point, perhaps.
Most likely of the plane of fire to make a deal has been and always will be Leo.
I will
They
have
are
to
the
reach
deal
out.
maker. However, Ares would have the most power to change my current stance. Make your choice.
I will decide. And is there a time limit on this, or as best as I can? I don't know if I can do this immediately.
Time limit of your mortal life is short enough.
Understood. Thank you. I will do my best to aid you.
Serve me well, child of flame.
Rest well. I will be back as soon as I can.
Feel the voice still remaining inside of you, but dormant. Almost in stasis like the Fane go. As you rise, turn to face your friends. Rosalind and Ashta, the flame behind Esther's eyes are no longer this gentle embers, this campfire. When she looks at you, it's like she has suns behind her eyelids, glowing bright.
She'll start walking back to the others.
As you do so, your hair trails behind you, flames of cinders. Larger, but not so much in the height. It's almost like an after image behind your head, and a trailing spark, like a torch swung too fast.
She kind of breathes out of breath she didn't realize she'd been holding.
As you do so, you almost begin to cough as your throat is horribly dry.
She'll kind of gesture towards Ashta's. I'm assuming just water, please.
I'll be right back.
Was that
That was
therapy?
the
Yes.
Yep.
Ashta will give water though.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. And Esther drinks it all.
Probably
Ooh.
off of her as she does so.
Yeah, I'm assuming her skin is rather warm at this point in time.
You're like got a full like Super Saiyan aura.
Jesus Christ. Did I expect this to go this way? Absolutely not. But hey. Shit, now I gotta talk to Leo. Fuck.
We were already kind of planning it, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just, hey, I made a deal with I'm like helping out a Phoenix buddy of mine.
Do you understand how big of a fucking bargaining chip this is right now?
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Hey, do you want your Phoenix back to your plane? You person who watches over the plane of fire?
You
I'm
can
returned.
have him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Man, this is
as-
one of those, no pun intended, Easter eggs that I've had planted for a while.
Esther
they're all-
eggs.
Esther, fuck.
We've
Yeah,
had a
kinda.
couple now.
She's gonna down the water that Ashta gives her.
Yep, it is soothing, and the first bit turns to steam in your mouth.
Felt it.
Yeah. Cool.
So it went well?
I believe more than well.
Good.
Well, continue.
Perhaps
the
once
way,
we're
Ashta-
back up to the castle.
Ashta, your planar senses, by the way, are going fucking haywire.
Oh,
Being in
great.
front of the Phoenix was enough. Whatever the shit Esther just did is setting off all of those sensors.
And he kind of like his face twitches for a second. It's like, oh my god, it's like you're dragging it with you.
What are you talking about? Fuck.
Do you remember my profession, Esther? Ah.
Yes.
He shakes his head. I am sensitive to things like this, and you're something else. Always have been, but you continue to be.
You might have to get used to that for a while.
I didn't think I wouldn't.
I think it's best if we return to the castle. I'd rather speak of this in private.
I agree.
But everything's okay for now?
Everything is fine. He will continue to rise and be reborn and die. To us, to him, it's nothing. It is simply part of his cycle. But a conversation was had, and I believe we have met an agreement. More so, not necessarily a bargain, but
Just
Oh,
start
you
walking
can explain
back
later.
so that, yep.
Yeah, and Ash looks over to the guy they talked to, and it's like, that'll be all for us. Thank you very much.
That poor man. He's in like fucking shock.
We're trying not
Conrad's
to say
muted.
too much. Yeah.
I forgot that I was muted, sorry. He doesn't actually seem that surprised. He just kind of nods and, well, I wish you luck.
You as well. Back up.
Rose kind of gives Esther a bit of a wide glance, like, Esther, you're really fucking warm right now.
I was just in front of a phoenix, dear. I think that was a little bit, normal, I suppose.
Yeah, it's a toilet paper trail behind you, the heat. My god.
You know what? Now that you mention it, I didn't immediately notice it because we were in there already, but walking away, I feel like we're closer than we actually are to it.
Definitely feels that way.
Oh,
Hopefully the flare will help. They start rising the platform.
does she cool off as they get higher?
You feel fine. You are producing a lot of heat.
Esther just takes like the little like edge of the water skin and just kind of like flicks it at Esther and the little.
Yeah, basically.
I'm that warm?
Apparently.
Water doesn't lie.
I feel fine.
I hope this doesn't last.
I think that's your natural state now.
I really hope not.
I think you could. It's still you. You can rein it in a bit. I am right now, and you kind of like. You kind of like just kind of like lets his arms fall to the side for a second. There's the of his aura going up for a second again.
I'll have to work on meditation again, I suppose.
Let me just take a quick constitution check, Esther.
Oh dear.
Okay. As you kind of think about it, kind of like you can vaguely control the flames on your head. You feel that like slight handle of control, almost like flexing a muscle you haven't really used before. It's there. It's up to you what you choose to do with it, but it's there.
Okay, she's gonna lower the heat.
You do so and kind of like it feels like you're actually like tightening, almost like you're flexing to do this. But as you kind of like wrestle the heat under control, you guys notice as her body temperature lowers back to a more natural, but still relatively high because fire genasi degree.
Asha flicks on the sunglasses. You're still a bit brighter too, though.
Yeah, the brightness does not disappear. Your eyes still vaguely glow.
I'm just gonna write down, can now control external body heat.
Man, I was. This is like one of those things when I first read it that I was like, it'd be cool if there was like a sun moon in the campaign.
Well.
Hmm.
Also, the whole, Jade is. She's good. She's fine.
Esther's upgrade from space heater to oven.
Yeah, basically.
I am now.
Almost a furnace at this point.
I am a convection oven.
Fire pit.
Can we just
Jump in the
assume that Ember the Owl is just also resistant to this heat because familiar of Esther's
Yeah,
perspective?
basically.
Yeah.
It's not damaging heat, it's just warm.
Good. Because I was envisioning an Esther hug going, kind of sunburn
Mhm.
instantly.
I would fucking hope not.
Yeah,
Please tell me I don't
exactly.
have that now.
Yeah, hug the frying pan.
Uh-huh.
Hug the cast iron pan. Ah!
Esther,
Oh my god, wait. We have to try that. We have to try cooking an egg on Esther's stomach or something like that now.
Oh my God, no.
Hot leg.
For science.
I'm so excited
For science.
for science! Okay.
I
Well,
don't know if anyone's ever seen it, but it's like that one photo of Todoroki roasting like breakfast and like his half his body.
Yeah.
yes, I've seen that. It's
I've
like,
seen that.
alright guys, mom and dad are out. It's my turn to make dinner. They're all like cooking stuff on his back.
But as you rise back to the castle, step off on the platform, the firebirds all flock to you immediately, Esther. And you do like an inquisitive, like dozens of feints, like, hello, what the? Hello, Phoenix skin? Hello? What? Strange. All right.
Mine.
Yeah, basically, as Kyra like shoves his way to the front of all of them and just looks up to you and says, you are kin now?
What do you mean?
You are a blessed of the Phoenix now, like us. We are the meeting of flames of destruction and flames of life. As are you now. Come, the monarch wants to see you.
Okay. Fuck. All right. Okay.
This is what happens when you make a deal with an Elder Elemental fam, especially with a fucking 21 intelligence check.
I didn't mean to make a deal. Esther just wanted to genuinely help it. She didn't
Yeah,
want
and that's the
anything
only
in
reason the
return.
deal was able to be made.
This is what happens. For D&D
Yeah.
characters have fun.
Fuck. Esther honestly did not want anything in return. She would just felt bad for it and wanted to help it.
Oh,
Esther did the equivalent of like putting her email in like a sign up thing, and then she like checked in a little while and was like, "Here's a $100 gift card." What?
Well, it's more like messaging someone like, "Oh, there's no way I'm going to get this job," right? And I'll send the application anyways. You send it in, and they go, "Hey, here we go. Here's these free course training that you can do, and once you complete the course, we'll get you a job right away and quick raise once you finish it."
Huh?
It's like, okay.
Yeah. She's like, all right. I guess.
Also, we're sending a plate of cookies to your house right now.
Your uniform is Gucci.
Oh my god. Well, fuck.
Comes with a company
The birds,
car.
I assume, are dragging her.
No, they're just kind of following in your wake.
Right. I guess I'm interesting. I have-
Gabriel kind of standing at the top where the platform drops off, kind of like walks up next to you, like, "Hey, what the shit did you do?"
I spoke to the Phoenix.
I can see that. It went well, I assume.
It went very well. He's very kind.
In other
Apparently,
words,
he goes by Lord of the Flames.
In other words, Esther did something amazing yet again. Now,
Yeah, I'm starting to realize this is status quo for her.
It wasn't that amazing. Truly, it was just a conversation.
No, Esther, I need you to realize, I'm pretty sure if you have a kid at this point, it will come out a sorcerer.
Oh.
You don't
Alright.
just talk to an elder elemental. Usually, if you try to talk to it, they just eat you.
Well, he's trapped, and I feel
Esther,
bad.
I'm pretty sure if I didn't know you were in the same building as me, I would feel you in my sinuses right now.
Alright.
Just kind of sighs and just says, "You are
Except the fact that you did something ridiculous.
you are wonderful and mildly horrifying at the power you wield and don't even realize it. I am so glad you are a good person."
I would certainly hope so. Apparently, I'm Phoenix kin now?
That's a lot to take in.
I don't understand what it means, but the monarch would like to see me, and apparently I now represent the meeting between the destruction of flames and the life of flames.
You don't represent, but you're definitely a piece of that puzzle.
I just wanted to help!
I know. Well done. You're helping. I'm going to run so many tests later. I just hope you realize this.
I am completely fine with that, and I would not have it any other way.
Good. Just please be careful using your flames. I'm not sure we can put them out at the moment.
That's fine. I kind of have a handle on it.
Oh yeah,
It's-
you've heard of zombie forest fires, right?
No.
Well, when a forest burns, sometimes the embers after the fire gets put out can sit inside of material and reignite weeks or months later.
Actually,
I wouldn't be surprised if you could do that right now.
hold on, I might have something. So Conrad,
Yes.
Astra went to the plane of water.
Yes.
What happened?
You have yet to try to flex that muscle. You have yet to use your Planar Warrior since then.
Yep, okay, he's gonna try and he's gonna think water.
You summon it, and you guys watch as, very much Todoroki style, half his body just encases in like a thin layer of ice for a moment. And then you feel it almost like at your command, Ashta. Now, as you do so, you feel a similar muscle on the other side of your body. But you aren't quite sure what it is at the moment.
He's gonna try it.
You flex,
the
and your
switches.
fist turns to steel.
Plane of Earth, baby. You went to the plane of Earth for a very short
So
period.
he did.
Oh my god! How did you do that?
So, Ashta, you have now successfully been on all of the 3 parts of the plane of water. the swampland, the iceland, and the plane itself.
Holy fuck.
You basically have, if you choose to train it, a natural attunement to water and ice as an element, as well as a hesitant grasp on air and earth.
That's so fucking cool!
You guys are getting weirder.
This is me out of character because holy shit, that's so cool!
And he like puts his hand, like he like holds the two hands out and he's like, I could probably help with the fire thing now, I think. Maybe I have to practice.
Gariel is just like jaw on the ground.
We can practice together. I think I have to work on controlling heat a bit more. So
I think we have to find a part of the island we don't care about to do that.
If it
The lake?
helps, we're pretty sure we found a vault in town.
And
A vault.
if it helps further, I can always give you a demi-plane once a day.
That's
true.
also true. That's right.
Hyperbolic time chamber sounds good.
Yeah.
That would be a
Time
good
won't be
idea.
affected, and unfortunately, once it's opened, I wouldn't be able to open it back up, so you'd have to rely on the orb to get back in a roundabout way, but it could work. So,
So hyperbolic
Uh,
time chamber. Yeah.
regardless, you
Hyperbolic
have,
line damer.
you have a firebird to speak with. You, if you'd like to go along and offer expertise, then I certainly wouldn't stop you. I'm going to go and sit down with a book of Draconic, perhaps. Maybe some other reading material. Oh,
Oh,
actually,
here.
Insight check.
I was just gonna pull out the book for you and just
That's
hand
just
it
gonna-
over.
oh,
That's just
thank
gonna
you.
insight check Rosalind going to sit down with a book and do nothing nefarious.
Go for it.
Drat. Drat.
Well, you can DM roll whatever you'd like.
I've got no idea what to roll. Flat charisma?
I'll leave it up to you. It wouldn't be a raw charisma check because you have proficiency in basically everything charisma.
No, I don't have proficiency in deception. Everything
Really?
else. Yeah. I've
Huh,
got
okay.
persuasion, intimidation, and performance, but not deception.
Okay, I thought you had performance, persuasion, and deception.
Nope. I've got intimidation, which I rarely ever use, and it's so sad. It's a force
Fair
of
enough.
personality, I guess. She's usually persuading and not trying to be all, fear my presence. Or at least feel, like, intimidated by it. There you go.
Yep,
Um,
I should.
She is
Yeah,
genuine. Okay, Ashta, Devin rather.
Mhm.
For that 1 hour from Lentiel to Peduncle, I legitimately put it into the draconic learning that she abandoned a while back for other things. She's probably just gonna go back to do that, and she looked delighted when Esther pulled out the book.
Hmm.
It seems to be
I have-
genuine plans, and she doesn't seem to have any ulterior motives. Not this time.
Yeah, thank you for that last sentence.
I mean, with everyone in this party, I feel like there's an assumed at least this time.
At least
We're
this
just-
time we're not doing.
It's like, thank you, I am not crazy. There's just like narrowing eyes, like they open up and he like tilts his head, like, okay
Oh,
then.
I know that
Okay.
face. Don't worry. Nothing this time. Esther, thank you for the book. Ashta,
All of them are in there, actually, I believe.
excellent. I'll have quite a bit of reading material on the way to Anther. Ashta, good luck. She give him a quick kiss, and she's gonna go off to her room with the book and just sit down and enjoy for whatever travel time.
Wait, good luck with what?
Whatever you're going to do to help.
Good luck with what? And he's
Esther! For heaven's sake! You worry
Fire
far
cubed!
too
I'm
much.
sorry, that's funny.
You made me float with cupcakes yesterday. And he walks off with us.
Not before she goes, but didn't you have fun? And just boop on the nose, and then she lets him walk off.
Admit it, you're becoming soft.
He turns his hand to metal again. I'll have to fix that.
It doesn't fully go this time. It's a bit hard to control at the moment. Because you're limited to the plane of Earth by itself.
Also, he's wearing a metal gauntlet, so it's like, ha.
Yeah,
Totally
basically.
did.
Metal on metal.
Basically a crab at this point.
Yeah.
He's soft, he's encased in a cooling shirt. Inside of clothes, inside of armor, inside of Ashta.
Yeah, really.
Cool.
I
So-
guess we'll go
Yeah.
see the Firebird.
Uh,
I'm just curious if I can deal with if you accidentally set something on fire forever.
I don't
Yeah,
believe I would. I think the only thing I can currently set on fire forever is myself.
Hmm.
We need to see how long I can do that. And she's looking towards Griel as she says this.
he is just like doing his best to like not consider the repercussions of what you've just become.
What are the repercussions?
That's a great question. So
Hot
how's your-
leg. Leg so hot.
Leg so hot you can fry the earth.
Oh no.
Leg so hot you can talk to egg.
Basically. So as you make your way to the Firebird, as you walk in, immediately she just kind of like bows her head to you.
Oh.
Lifts it back up and says, I take it you have a skill in communing with fire-y birds.
I was just truly trying to be kind.
Yes,
Talk to your cousin.
as is often your greatest strength. And Asha, that is no cousin of mine. That is almost my ancestor.
I swear you used the word cousin last time we talked about this.
It's a respectful term. That being is far more powerful than I will ever be.
Oh.
Older cousin.
Ancestor. Precursor.
He said he was the Lord of the Flames. The
Yes.
epitome of the destructive power of fire.
Yes, as are each of the phoenixes. Each control a different part of fire in the plane itself.
How many are there?
There are more than one.
Yes, there are many phoenixes. If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say about a dozen. Maybe 15.
Oh.
Flames of
Yep.
life, flames of creation, the Lord of Magma, of lava, of volcanoes. Some instead are powerful dragons.
Flames
I'd
of
love,
light?
Yes, light would be one.
I'd love to meet them one day. They're all as lovely as the one I just met. I suppose it'd be very nice.
Out of character. Are there flames of cooking?
Stop.
There's like heat. There's like productive heat, like the kind that's been harnessed by mankind.
I just want a phoenix with a chef hat, that's all.
Yeah.
A chef hat and a blacksmith's apron at the same time.
Yes.
I.
Kiss the elemental.
Oh my god. I need an apron that says that. Fuck. So, what does this mean? I don't understand. I didn't ask for anything.
Say a title as a you can call it a assistant if you would like, or a not worshipper in the godly sense, but it has the same functional effect to elementals.
So, what is the title?
It's, well, still technically child of flame, but you are phoenixkin.
Oh,
Plane of fire is as much your home as the material plane is right now.
Child of flame with a capital F.
In a sense, yes.
He
When you
gave me.
When you walk benevolently with great power to a being of immortality and also similar great power, but to a stronger degree, and ask nothing in return, they tend to be very appreciative, at least the kinder ones. It's only right that a being with the power of a phoenix gives gifts to those who serve it.
You know how you give Rosalind a hug when you're thankful for something she does?
Yes.
When you're working on a scale of that power, what you got is the equivalent of a hug.
Effectively.
Alright. That makes more sense, I suppose. He said he gave me a boon.
Yes, you have a modicum of command over beings of flame. Those
Oh.
who are kin to you on the fire.
Alright.
Similar to as you might see Rosalind employ in her more powerful moods.
Well, Make speaking to Leo rather interesting.
Indeed it will.
I have to speak to him, by the way, Ashta. And that was what I asked him. He
He's
wants
on
to.
our list already.
I know, and he wants to go home. Lord of the.
The Phoenix?
Yes, he wants to return to the plane of fire. But Leo is. Get him there.
You're cutting out a bit, Sky.
Oh, sorry. But Leo is one of the only ones who can get him there.
Well, they're the watchers of that plane. It makes sense.
I don't think Ares would be too interested in negotiations, so
Very. I think Leo's a safe bet here.
hence why.
And we kinda
Just be glad you
killed
talked to the
Sagittarius.
Phoenix before you killed Leo or something.
Fuck!
Sagittarius is already dead, so.
Dude would be in so much trouble. Shit.
I think we have to find the non-bastard of every element just to keep our bases covered.
I hate to inform you, on the plane of fire, they're all bastards.
Hmm.
It's okay, Leo's semi-decent.
Least
feel
bastard.
I feel like
Least
Leo
bastard.
could be trained out of it a little bit.
We can-
with the right
we can work with him.
incentive.
I feel like we can make it. I feel like we can make it profitable for him to not be an absolute bastard.
We can work with him, basically. We can work with Leo. We can work with him.
Anyhow.
Alright.
Pro-
It's easier to bend hot metal after all.
Why do I hear him then? Like stasis in my head.
Yeah. As he likely explained to you, you are a piece of the plane of fire. It has always been a part of your soul. That part has simply been awakened. Kind of like the Thane, they awaken faculties you simply didn't know you had access to.
So by giving me the boon, it awoke that part.
In part, yes. It resonates with it at the very least. Amplifies it. In time, practice, and possibly further favors, I'm sure it could extend to your magic, not just your physicality.
Alright. He said I was beloved by you.
Folks are protectors and keepers of a sacred land of the Firebirds. We are very fond of you, to say the least.
Well,
You
it's
restored a holy site to a glory that we didn't know we could reach again. You ended a
Oh.
war that had been going for over 1,000 years between the Firebirds and the dragons. Now you bring life back to the island.
I'm glad you consider us so highly.
I've kept your part of the deal. Appreciate it.
Of course. Well, is that all then?
Child of Flame. It was almost like a wry grin as she says that.
What did she say, sorry?
Indeed it is, Child of Flame. There's a bit of like a wry grin as she says that.
Well, mind,
Here.
indeed. She'll kind of look to Ashen and just, so we might want to gather the others. I
Yeah.
would like to explain this before we reach Anther.
That'd be a good idea. Quick question. Have you noticed what's going on with me yet? And he, again, kind of like tries to do the ice metal thing.
I-
Each time you do it, it comes out a bit weaker, especially with the metal side.
I see it. You have to
Well,
train.
no,
us.
he's talking to the monarch.
Oh,
I kind of nod and say, you've always been connected to the elements and the elementals, Ashta. Your
It-
plane of warrior skills, as you call them, are simply an extension of that role.
Anything I should be careful of?
Every plane you go to will change it a bit more. If you chose to, you could probably extend to the Shadowfell and the Feywild as well. Maybe even the Astral Plane. definitely the ethereal, as you naturally do.
I have been to each of those.
The more you travel, the stronger you will get.
Nods. And while Esther's still getting a cap on this fieriness, either now or in the future, once we've sent the Phoenix back, is there anything is there anything I can do or could do that would be able to rein in something?
Take time, and you'd have to think on it for a while. But most likely, yes. If you choose to take the time to rest with me and focus your mind, we could try to figure something out.
I'll have to think on that then. Thanks.
Do.
Alright, let's go round them up.
As the castle floats over to Anther, about another hour passes. Sure. Free to do as you wish. Both Ashton and Esther, if you want to basically add planar training, you can.
Yeah.
I got one, mechanics
Oh.
question for the hour training thing. If Rosalind spends half an hour studying Draconic, but does it with, say, Pyrrhus, to double it to 1 full hour, can she then spend half an hour probably reading terrible books?
Yes, absolutely.
Alright.
Wait, Esther now has planar training?
Yeah, basically you can add, it's your training that connection to the Phoenix, if you wish to.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Well then,
Yeah.
things.
You can call it Phoenix training or whatever you'd like, but
Planar
Yeah.
training works just fine.
Alchemy potion.
Esther's gonna kind of to Ashta, would you mind rounding up everybody in the kitchen? Meantime, she kind of points to Grill. I want to test thing.
Don't hurt him.
I'm not. Why would I? No.
Go
get
easy on him.
everyone.
I mean in the way of go easy on him.
Oh hush. Go get everyone.
Alright. It's a quick feint around.
In the meantime, Esther's going to take Grill to the kitchen and attempt to see if they can cook an egg on her.
you crack an egg on your arm and turn up the heat in the kitchen. Again, by the end of it, your mouth is dry, but you have a mildly singed egg.
Is it cooked though?
It is cooked, yeah, it is cooked.
Hell yeah! I can cook an egg!
A lot longer than it would normally.
But
But-
still.
It's possible. God, wouldn't that be a fun form of training? Just cooking.
Oh, literally.
Just have like a jar of water and like an egg in it and just focus really hard.
Look at it.
She, picks up the egg and pushes it towards Grill. Go on. You have
He's
to
been
see if it's cooked.
furiously taking notes this whole time.
Well, now you have to taste test. Go on.
He just grabs it in his hand and eats it in one bite and says, "Oh, kind of gooey, but not bad."
Okay.
He's gonna walk in and just go, what are you doing in my kitchen?
Esther turns around. Her eyes are fucking on fire. I can cook an egg on my skin.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
Do you want to
Wait,
try?
No, that's unsanitary. If you sanitize the portion of your skin that you cook the egg on, then I'm tempted.
We washed it. Why?
Grill kind of puts a hand up, technically high enough heat kills bacteria.
Exactly.
I
I-
fine.
Esther holds out her arm.
Suffering sigh.
You will try and properly cook, and Zena's gonna go, wait, why are you doing it directly on your?
I
Zena's
mean, would you like to use my back instead?
Zena's gonna get a pan and put it on Esther's arm and just go turn up the heat a little bit.
There we go.
Yes.
Esther turns up the heat.
You see, standing close, it's not like a stove where it's all in one place. It is an aura of heat
I'm inside an oven right now.
Yeah, you
You're
are
inside
sweating
oven.
like mad. Like you thought the hot tub up north was bad. This is like very uncomfortable.
Esther, you're really hot. No, the other way.
That's alright.
Quiet both ways. For real.
Stop.
Hush you.
You have the attractiveness, but just in terms of temperature, good God.
I mean, I did just make a deal with the Phoenix.
Well, that's what you did. Once again, not
Surprise.
surprised anymore. It's been months.
Alright, frankly, it was an accident. I was just trying to be nice, but apparently the equivalent of a hug from an elder elemental is a gift. So
Yeah, the equivalent of a hug from a god is becoming a cleric.
I can now. Well, I've
Or
already
magic.
see. He wanted me to serve at first, but I've already got 3 gods kind of sitting there. Speaking of which, I need to talk to Thoth tonight.
Hey, you have a menagerie of your own, just spiritually. It's very interesting.
Oh my god, I have a menagerie of gods.
In the club.
Gabriel in his chair is like, at least they're not auctioning off portions of her soul. Sorry, was that insensitive?
No, because I'm pretty sure the Raven Queen's winning.
Asher walks in cocking a shotgun. Someone say gods!
Basically.
Oh, but I'm
Uh,
finding sanitary ways to cook eggs on skin.
is it cooking?
It is cooking.
What if Esther tries to concentrate all that heat into her hand?
Roll an intelligence check.
You melt the pan.
You start a small fire.
I have another idea for that one, actually.
You accidentally cast Produce Flame on your elbow.
Fire.
Smacking her hand to put it out.
You can basically just end concentration and put it out, but yeah.
No, that's where the egg is. He like just cooks the egg and like what's the quality of eggness?
Roll a cooking check at disadvantage.
Bit runny.
That's kind of an answer.
You're not used to cooking
in a way.
on
They're
a human
guiding
being.
themselves anyway.
Fair enough.
Yeah, bit of guidance.
Honestly, pretty good egg.
That's not bad!
Bit runny.
You were so distracted with trying to cook it properly that you forgot to like spice it at all, but like it's a good egg.
Just put a frying pan on Esther's head.
At this point, is everybody in the room?
Oh yeah, everyone's gathered by now.
Yeah, Fergus is still like
Does Ash still have
scribbling
a
notes about
small
the
arm?
glibness potion, but like yeah.
Yeah,
So-
you can put it down for a second. You don't need to do 4 hours continuously, John.
So, we've learned that you can cook an egg on my skin, as well as
Is
on a
that all?
pan above my skin.
I think I could figure that out from just standing next to you.
Great.
Eh.
Is that all?
No, about the Phoenix. Things went very well. I spoke to him, in fact. He's very lovely. But, I'm now marked as Phoenix kin?
Oh,
Fervus, roll me a history check.
history check. Okay. Not advantage. Okay, cool. Yeah. History.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's a natural 1.
13. Jesus fucking Christ, Fervus.
I have a plus 12.
You can't roll precise details, but Phoenix kin is a term that you've heard from your renter before.
Uh,
I think Archibald might have talked about that, though I'm not sure. We might have to go talk to him about that.
You know what, speaking of which, what is your tribe gonna think of you not only walking in with the Phoenix mantle again, but basically embodying it now?
It's amazing.
That's
I'll be honest with you. I genuinely don't know.
Planning to do.
It may.
I'm just.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say that it may depend on how well known that concept is and how easily it might be recognized in you just on sight. I don't know the histories in that regard.
I think the egg in the middle of the town might have upped the public knowledge of that at least a little bit.
It goes around a few months.
Do the Genasi know if? I'm assuming they understand the concept of the Phoenix.
Oh, of course, yeah. generally see it as like a pseudo elder spirit they communicate with. Some see it as like a figure of power.
Oh,
Others
Jesus
a
Christ.
harbinger of destruction. It's got a lot of like religious iconography in the tribes, but
Oh, God.
you personally have never heard of Phoenix Skin before.
Fuck.
Yeah, so really, it depends on whether we can just walk in and everybody goes, "Hey, you're glowing a little more. You're really really warm, more so than most of us." But could be just weird magic. We don't recognize it, or if it's gonna be some ancient elder sitting up, looking at Esther and going, "I've seen your type when I was a girl. You are Phoenixkin," and everybody goes, "Ah!" because I've heard of it. It really depends on that.
You're walking into Ireland with literal quantifiable luck of the Irish on you.
Yeah, fuck. Pretty fucking much.
That's a really good analogy for it, yeah.
I honestly don't know how they're going to react. Oh, Lord.
Pretty cool.
So, moreover, the thing about that was brought up
Yes.
about what you have to do.
Sorry, I asked if I could help it in some way, if I could assist him or aid him, getting him back to his home. I felt horrible that he's been trapped here for so long, constantly being reborn and dying over and over again. So I asked if I could help. And he said that he would like to return to the plane of fire, but only a Zodiac could take him there. Preferably Leo, who, thanks to the gift I believe I have just received, it might be a bit easier to speak with him.
And we now
Very
also have
good.
a bargaining chip of returning the Phoenix.
Yes.
Excellent.
And,
Very good.
I believe the gift I received was, I now hold a certain amount of sway over creatures of fire.
Oh.
Yeah. Huh. So that was interesting, but, what do you mean by glowing? Am I glowing?
A little bit.
But
It's
the eyes, I think, are bringing something up.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
dear.
almost put the sunglasses on a few times when you were walking back.
It's less noticeable in daylight. I'm sure that during the day in the desert, nobody
Also,
can
when
see
you're
a thing.
keeping a leash on it, it's not as bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really
Because once
only
again,
where-
and he turns on his glow.
Fair enough. I'd like to try something, actually. I'd like to see the extent of how this goes.
Do you need
Those-
space?
I was going to go into the dungeons just to make sure that it's dark enough. And there's less probability of me catching stone on fire.
Okay.
Damp stone, for that matter.
It's not going to
Fair.
be for long.
Probably not. Those who would like to come, you're more than welcome to. If anything happens, I will jump into the pool and extinguish myself. I just want to try something.
Oh,
I'm
also,
still-
we found out that I have a bit more stuff on me now because I've been to all planes of water.
Yes! Show them the fist! Show them the fist!
It's not doing it as much.
He
I
can
think
make
I-
a steel fist.
I think I got a bit of extra
Oh.
charge from being there, and it's kind of waning off. I have to actually train it a bit more. I can
That's-
still do and there's a little of ice up one side of the hand.
That's really
Interesting.
cool.
Well, we can work on it together. Instead of teaching me the wrist crossbow now, you can teach me how to do this.
Yeah.
It's a bit opposite, but I'll try my best.
But
I think it will work.
Sometimes, by striving against an opposite, both sides can become stronger, can they not?
Very much so.
Wouldn't mind a head start on the fire either.
Remember, Esther is an evocation specialist, but she trained with Orzer, who specializes in what is often considered the opposite of magic. It went well,
Hmm.
I believe.
Very much so. He kicked my ass.
Well,
Well,
skill
Yeah, it's
levels
Orzer.
at the time as well, and also it's Orzer.
yeah.
I think we
Uh,
might be nearly to Anther, so let's go ahead and see how this test run of abilities goes.
All right. to the dungeons then.
The dungeons.
I have
back
to
yet?
work on the potion,
Yep.
but I will stop by probably.
You'll probably hear it if something happens.
Inevitably, but I have a glibness potion to work on and a theory to work out in terms of the whole Imagineering thing.
Well, it's appreciated, kid.
No problem.
And like pat on the head as he walks by, or shoulder rather.
There's a
Great.
small for
Purvis is adorable, man.
Mhm.
Little.
he's a little cute boy.
It's like a little
Uh,
baby duckling we've adopted.
Yes. Our little exploding baby duckling.
He's 1 inch taller than Ashta.
Considering the amount of venom he has, more like a platypus.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Instead of laying eggs, he lays potions.
He lays
Also,
bombs.
also, it's on fire.
Yeah.
While they're going into the dungeons,
Phoenix
Essel just...
platypus.
God.
Go ahead.
No, it's funny as fuck. Guriel, are you going to come and take notes?
Yeah. Let's go.
When they get into the dungeons, Esther's going to A, stand next to the pool just in fucking case.
Yep.
Also
So you're
stand
going to the altar then.
yeah. Just to in terms of safety, she will ask the monarch first though if it is okay, just for the terms of there's water down there.
It's basically one of those just like, if you foresee property damage, do not do it, please.
I do not foresee property damage, and if anything does occur, I promise I will fix it myself.
Good.
I just would like to try it somewhere where it is as safe as possible.
Well, this island is good for that. Us firebirds are trained to put out flames.
Alrighty then. And so I get down there. Just gonna make sure she's at a distance for everybody. And basically try to turn it up to the max.
Roll a spellcasting attack, like above your spells.
I am not trying to hurt anybody.
This is just it's a numbers thing.
You get proficiency with it, essentially. Ooh.
Your first attempt at it is mildly lackluster, despite the fact you can see the beginning of steaming of the pool.
Okay.
Anyone who comes within 15-20 feet can feel a desert heat coming off of her. And when Guriel gets close enough to touch, he's like, "Yep, that's toasty. Not enough to hurt you, but wow."
While this is going, could Ashta attempt to kind of like almost get like a beat on what Esther is doing with his own stuff?
For it, make a wisdom check with advantage.
All right. 23.
Very well. Okay. You can theorize two possible things, one more magic related, one more genasi related. Esther's current magic is based on the idea of taking the fabric of the world and shaping it to her needs and desires. That's what her magic is about. Evocation is specifically bringing forth elemental mostly, but power from that. It's reasonable to believe she's basically doing a similar thing to whatever power is within her. Or, if it's just a genasi thing being amplified, basically every genasi has a piece of the plane of fire as part of them, just like every creature has a piece of whatever plane they're from is. And it influences them. Therefore, just like she can cast Produce Flame and Burning Hands naturally, this is a amplified version of that ability with the benefit of the godly boon.
Ashta might go, try less of your magic, more of your innate stuff. Your hair,
Okay.
your burning hands, the fire breath.
Okay. Can she try again?
So make a Constitution check instead.
Alright. Oi.
It does get added proficiency, it's just not there naturally. So it's a 12 instead. Nope, 13, sorry. Because you have plus 5 proficiency.
Yeah.
This comes a bit easier to you. It feels, again, much more similar to the natural magic that you have, the stuff that cannot be taken away from you, no matter what. It doesn't produce a massive difference in temperature. It's less straining mentally to do, though. It's more of a physical flex.
That's easier, but
You can feel them both.
yeah,
Try
I
both.
think. Can she try both?
Let them
Roll me
feed
a
into
D100.
each other.
Pardon me?
Roll me a D100.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Esther spontaneously combusts.
Oh no!
Oh, what?
All of Esther's clothes are currently on fire.
Oh no!
Ha!
Oh,
Esther's gonna jump in the pool.
Yep, you do so and you come out. Thankfully, it was rather quick that you did so, and you kind of have a natural, like, fire-resistant fiber woven into your clothes.
Jesus Christ.
They're not in great condition, though. They're still covering all the important parts, but they're not doing great. All the elastic is burned away.
The shirt has become a crop top. The pants have
basically.
become shorts.
Effectively, yep. And they'll have like singed edges, like old paper.
Hulk rules.
Mhm.
oh God.
Gorilla just like raises an eyebrow, like, well, that's that looks dangerous.
You
Mania,
you did something.
Yeah.
you recognize what she just did as the equivalent of a wild magic surge.
I want to do that again.
Uh,
What did that feel like to her?
Kind of like you gave up control, as opposed to try to enforce your control. You basically let the fire within run rampant for a minute.
Esther.
But I will emphasize, lack of control.
Yeah. Esther, remember how Idris would sometimes have random masks or start sparkling?
Yeah.
It's that but fire.
Was that? You mean like the one that made magnetic?
Yeah,
Well,
that but fire.
at least we have a consistent failsafe.
Hmm.
I mean, as
Gorilla
long
like-
as
Oh,
the
that
water in there remains.
You
Gorilla
just
kind of looks up as
explode.
his pages of notes have like kind of curled into themselves to the heat.
Oh,
Just
I'm
like-
sorry.
No, that's okay. I just wasn't expecting to be that hot. His eyebrows are singed.
Well, this is a bit warm for me. Impressive, but warm. I'm going to go upstairs. We should be in Anther soon, I think.
You guys are maybe like 5 minutes away.
5 minutes.
As Esther kind of like climbs out of the pool, you notice she now has what seems to be a new tattoo at the center of her back.
Oh.
Oh.
Hold on, turn around.
It is a
why?
stylized phoenix.
Faint image.
It actually looks like the Soldar have reshaped themselves to make this tattoo.
Oh. That's what that was. I felt something burning on my back, but I figured it was just
Everything else.
Gorilla kind of just goes
No.
like, actually no, and he pats out a little cinder on your back.
fair enough. Aha! Well,
Can you try focusing through that?
sure.
Give me another D100.
Jesus
Everyone back up.
Yeah.
Ashley, you need to stop this. If Esther goes naked, it's your fault.
Like farting on a candle. Her back just launches her 10 feet forward with like an explosion. And you slam the wall.
Fuck! Ow!
Oh, maybe we should stop doing these and get Esther some clothes before we go into Anther.
Yeah,
I'd
probably.
appreciate it.
Good idea.
For another time.
I mean, I'm rather liking the exposed midriff.
Perhaps without the
Anyone who
silver
happens to
edges.
glance at Gariel, he says nothing, but you can see agreement on his face.
Oh wow, you got real sunburn on your face there, buddy.
Yeah, Must be a little
Ashton,
bit
I'm always red. I'm a tiefling.
Mhm.
better than usual at least.
Yeah, you got a bit of pink though.
You got some skin peeling.
Gone a bit dark.
He kind of just like narrows his eyes and she just says, "All right, let's have Rosin dress in a midriff revealing shirt and see how you react." That's what I thought.
You're
Well, you're rather
he's on
sweet.
a fast track to get shot.
Oh, you're all rose-colored. Mostly you, Ashton.
Sunburn.
That's
That being said,
alright,
Ashton Rosin, you do both have vague sunburn.
Ashley, if you wanted to talk, we have 5 minutes upstairs while we prepare to go down.
Yeah, can we also go find those people with aloe vera?
Maybe very, very quickly.
I'm going to go find clothes. Care to join me?
I'm going to finish writing my notes and get a new notebook.
Fair enough. Oh! Wait, I have one here. And out of the bag of holding, because she has stashed that they're going to kind of take it out of Ashta, Esther's going to hand over the plain notebook with blue gem that she has not used yet. She's been using just pretty much other pieces of paper for enchantment.
This'll work. I'm gonna go try to treat this with I don't know, maybe some resin. Just something to make it heat resistant.
Have fun with that. If anything, I can help with enchantment later.
If needed, but doing it chemically should be enough.
Alright. Esther's gonna leave.
Fergus is currently slaving over the potion.
Now, how many hours are you into that? 3?
I believe I was the glibness potion.
Yeah.
Put 2 hours in before.
So 2 more and you'll basically get your first roll at it.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna instead of going to Anther, just put the 2 hours in.
So as you guys
We'll stay there.
arrive at Anther.
Real quick thing.
Sure.
Just to note, in those few minutes where Ashta was like, hey, we'll talk later about why Rosalind was acting weird over Fane. Yeah, she's just going to try to explain that she was reading at the time and he just startled her. She was at a very interesting part of the book.
Mm-hmm.
And then she'll pull him into some like little side room or something. And just, yep. And
Fair
just
enough.
kiss him stupid for a few minutes because
That is a great expression.
This
I love
So-
that expression a lot.
I love it.
very good.
Yep. Ash
You
just
have
gonna go
been
down to
brain
Anther
dead.
with that freshly on his mind. Good luck.
Yep. So, as you all arrive over Anther, Purvis, if you choose to stay behind, you do so.
Yeah, just as he's waving off, it's like, hey, Ashley, all right? You have like this like glazed over expression. Never mind.
She shakes too, and it's like, and like the hand like half goes to the crossbow for a second. It's like, nope. See you around. And he walks off.
As he turns around to Purvis, you see a hand-shaped unsettling of his hair on the back of his head.
Oh my god.
He just like sort of like points at like just like as if there was like real camera blocking, like cameras on him. He just like points at it and just, hey.
Esther
Weirdo.
just kind of gives Fervis a look of like, yeah, it's pretty much
Yep.
what you think it is as she passes.
Yeah, he's just walking away. Weirdo.
You're just like hiding their own, just like chuckling when she sees it when they see him.
As you guys float down, Rosalind, you see the hand-shaped mark on the back of his head.
Oh wait, let me just straighten. And she just starts fixing his hair and
What-
straightening the crown of his
Actually, you get like
throat.
repeated like little taps on the back of the head, like.
What?
She's just like
You're-
combing everything out with her fingers and making sure everything is on, not crooked, not rumpled.
Your hair was a bit mused, Ashta.
Oh, okay.
A little bit messed up, you know. Just a
I'm
bit.
assuming, just a little bit of
I mean,
Rough
it's like that
housing.
twice, but he
Yeah, were you guys doing like
jolts.
some combat practice or something?
a certain type of combat.
He just sighs and just goes, gross.
Walks over to the edge of the island. Lucy
You guys are on the platform right now, to be fair.
walks over to the edge of the platform, jumps off. Lucy,
Yep. There's a yes, boss. As he flies beneath you and catches you, and you land a little bit too hard between the legs, but it's not terrible.
yep.
He's
Armor.
He has armor.
The armor helps, but the armor stops. You keep going. That's how momentum works.
It's magic.
Yeah, that's why it doesn't hurt anything terribly. It just is painful.
All right.
Is there head
there
to
goes the
Rosalind?
family jewels.
Is her head to Rosalind? Did you get to the part of the book?
It was a part.
Yeah.
Oh, you read the sex part.
No, what? There's a what?
Oh,
Esther! Esther, shut up!
spoilers.
There are very mature scenes towards the end of the book
What, did you just get to them kissing and you...
Was
Rosalind!
very...
You scandalous girl!
And she's just gonna go to the edge and jump off and cast levitation on herself.
Oh, I
Oh,
forgot she
Christ.
can do that shit.
Rose just looks over the edge like, no one appreciates my craft anymore.
I do, don't you worry.
Yeah, I know. You two are my favorites right now. And no, actually, Fervus is. He stood out of this.
Stayed out of this, yeah.
You two were close second, though.
That's completely understandable.
Fervus politely asks if he can go up and down if need be.
Yes. Fervus always has a please and a thank you ready.
Xenia's gonna look at Esther and just go, hey, Esther.
Hmm?
Xenia ruffles the back of Esther's hair.
Wait, what? Sorry?
Xenia, like, ruffles the back of Esther's hair
You
and says,
stick your hand inside of a flame and wiggle your hand.
That is such a weird feeling!
yeah, I wonder how he must feel.
Wonder how what? Sorry.
I wonder how Ashton must feel.
Rose kind of goes, can I touch your hair, Esther?
Yes, of course. And Esther kind of kneels down.
Just kind of like pushes her hand through like she's like rubbing your scalp. And it kind of looks like waving your hand over a campfire and it just like a little bit. And she's just like, that is weird.
I mean, I can, here, and with a snap of her fingers, Esther's turned her hair off.
Yep, and it kind of like falls limp goes, oh, that must be so useful for brushing it out.
No, it's not. The moment it is ever brushed out, it becomes twice its normal size, and the moment it is back into flame, it is just as knotted as it was before.
Oh, feel that?
Polymorphing
Honestly?
hair.
I've never experimented with braids, though. I wonder what would happen if I braided my hair and then turned it into fire, if it would remain in that shape.
When we can try it.
Tonight, if you'd like, you're more than welcome to. I'd very much love to see how it turns out.
Maybe tomorrow, we'll see. So as you guys land, Ashley, you're down there first because Lucy's fucking terrifyingly fast. As a note, Lucy has a lot of trust in you when you do that yes boss in the air, because again, he doesn't have wings until you jump on his back, so
Yep.
he's just falling.
And he appreciates it. Look, I just had to get out of there.
Do you, boss?
He gives him a pat and hops off.
Yep, he drops you off in front of Anther and says, I'm gonna graze.
You do you.
He just steps out of your line of sight for a second and is gone. So, Rosalind, a couple seconds later, you float to the ground, within sight of Ashta.
Hey,
I...
his face is alternating between a smile and a grimace.
It'll be fine. Just hope that they don't continue to, tease us?
I'm going to make a formal request once they get down here to let me
Of course, yes.
let go of the string on that one.
If you at any point want my help, I'll give it, but if you'd rather this was... Well, you're the one who, I think...
I need to do this, but
I thought so.
if afterwards you could reaffirm your
Oh, of course, of course.
just
Well, they'll be down in a minute or so. It looks like they're setting down just over there. Let's go catch up. Don't worry. It'll be fine.
I wish I could believe you more than I do.
She'll go over, take his hand, give it a couple of squeezes, and then let go so that the whole he needs to do the breaking of the news thing isn't broken for him before heading into town.
Masquerade on.
So,
And then, after a moment, if they do come down,
Yep.
I should just walk up to the thing. It's like, okay, formal request.
No, we got the giggles out up there if you need
Yep,
us to finish that up.
Get your fun now.
We'll be fine.
I'm gonna be the one telling.
I assume so. You are the one kissing her.
Is that the last one, sir?
Yes.
Okay, good. I can keep a straight face in there with him.
I know. Just trust me.
One more. Go on. One more each of you. Get it out.
Xenia, if you would do the honors.
He just does a whip hand motion. That's it.
He like breathes in through his nose and exhales like ice crystals. He's like, okay. Turns around and starts walking.
He puts on just a straight face and just starts walking. Just they turn their feign off just in case Esther says anything while they're in there too.
I was gonna say Esther was about to feign. What if?
His feign are just mute Esther.
Just hold my calls until tomorrow.
Basically, put your fame in stasis.
Yeah, just hold my calls. I can't lose. I can't start laughing.
Esther gives Xenia a very, this is gonna be fun kind of look and just sort of follows along.
So, as you guys walk up to the longhouse of the Duke, step in the entrance, you are immediately let in and quickly recognized all of you.
Could we take a quick break?
Yeah, I was gonna say, just look at me in a second.
Sorry. I hate when I do that. Okay.
Me and you have very similar timings for a break, don't worry.
Mm.
Maybe next time if you feel bad about it, just message it instead. As you guys step into the longhouse, the Duke is sitting on his observational platform as usual, kind of just hearing requests, talking to people. You see by now he has actually 4 separate side tables for more minor issues, and while the stream is no smaller than the past couple times you've been here, it seems far better managed. And actually, Sam Sear seeming pretty well rested, sitting next to the Duke.
Oh, good.
Thank goodness.
Looking at the Duke, however, he looks pretty haggard, more sick than tired. Almost like he's like a bad flu.
Mm.
As you guys kind of walk in, he doesn't seem to notice you, but Sam Sear tapped on his whispers in his ear for a second. He looks to you, and this smile kind of crosses his face, and breathes a little bit of life to him as he kind of steps up and says, welcome back, folks. Head into the back room. I'll speak to you folks in a minute. Nice to see you, Rosalind.
It's wonderful to see you again.
Sorry, say again?
It's wonderful to see you again.
Smiles as you say that and says, and you too, my dear. We have something to discuss later, don't worry.
Take your time.
We'll just be in the back. Take your time. He walks off.
Gives you a weird look, but it's like the congested face just turns away from you pretty quickly. As you guys take a seat in the back room, it's kind of like his like private chamber, basically, where he meets with like dignitaries, anyone important. Usually, it's like major traders, DER, not TORS, to be clear. You sit down, and Rosalind is a young lady already sitting back there. She kind of nods to you as you sit down. You don't quite recognize her, but as the 10-15 minutes go by, you guys kind of just waiting around, maybe just discussing between each other briefly.
I'll small talk with the young lady, see if I can find out who she is, her business, just curiosities.
She introduces herself. I swear this name was picked before, as Sammy.
Okay. Spelling?
She kind of looks at you kind of shyly and says, you are Lady Rosalind, right?
Yes I am.
I'm glad we're meeting like this. Do you know anyone? Do any of the people in charge of NTL?
Not personally.
I'm one of the daughters of the head tradesman. Nice to meet you.
And likewise.
I haven't told your dad yet, but I'm here to offer an arranged marriage, and that's where we're gonna take a break.
Oh,
Oh, I've been waiting to get to this part.
motherfucker, the answer is no!
Big
We'll
fat
put it diplomatically.
no.
We'll put it diplomatically. Yep.
Which novel am I punching out this time?
Someone in Lunchville, apparently.
We'll take a quick 10-minute break and we'll
I'm
come back.
going to the washroom.
Yeah, have fun.
God.
Yeah.
Sir.
I feel like I just needed to get some giggles on the ride down thing.
No, it
Oh,
was
absolutely.
Yep. It was good.
I think you guys are gonna enjoy today's Anther visit.
Yeah.
Yep. This is a twist I did not expect to see in the works here.
Ditto.
I had this set for when the Ashton Roslin thing finally came out.
Ah,
Beautiful.
this is gonna be great.
It's so much fun
Yeah.
messing with characters.
I gotta wonder,
Punching
is
out
this
of
gonna
noble.
make it
Lovely.
easier or harder for Ash to say anything? Not change anything? I don't know. Up to Devin.
I'm so excited. Chai, absolutely, yes.
I thought of that like 10 minutes ago, and I'm like, oh. Cool. Now it's like just a thing. I'm just like, oh, write that down for post game.
John, what written aneurysm did you just send me?
I've decided to become a complete bastard and have my next character be a dragonborn named Benjamin. He'll be betrothed to a green dragonborn named Megan.
Okay, now send those in the chat. so you
Oh,
can,
no.
So,
they can see what bullshit you put in front of me.
what the fuck did you just send?
Oh, it's bad. That's why I said it to Conrad first because I wanted to anger him first.
Understandable, have a nice day. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Oh my god, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
I hate it.
As I said, written aneurysm.
I just thought John couldn't type when he was doing that. I didn't think
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
he pardoned my words, pulled an R.
Ooh. she's not right.
Hello?
Hello.
Boy.
As soon as Conrad said the words, you see someone you don't recognize, I go, okay, what's the thing gonna be?
Yeah, pretty
yeah.
much.
Evan, I live to piss off Ashton and the rest of the players. You know this.
But here's the thing, the second fact that Rosalind immediately went and talked to her, I'm sitting here like, okay, Ariel totally talked to Conrad about this beforehand.
Oh!
Don't believe you.
No, this is me messing with you too.
If this jet. Oh, fucking hell.
See, I know your friendship is just putting shit in front of each other to get the other very frustrated. It carries over to D&D.
Yeah. This is as much a surprise to Ariel as it is to you, Devin. Don't worry. Maybe even less so for you, because you tend to expect my shenanigans.
I will be honest, the moment arranged marriage was said, Esther will turn to Xenia and just go, please turn on your fane.
It went from person don't recognize, it's like, okay, it's someone disguised as someone, or it's someone come to deliver information. And it's like, look at you shyly. It's like, it's someone asking for her hand.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Looks like Ashta's gonna have to punch someone out.
I'm gonna lose my shit.
Let's see if I can keep the 1 round streak going.
Hey, Fervus, buddy, we're friends, right? You wanna hide a body with me?
It is not TikToks, thank you kindly.
Oh, Christ.
Esther's just gonna feign to Issa. So there's an arranged marriage proposition.
There's just a singular ha!
Does
Just very
Fervus hear any
quietly.
of this, by any chance?
Esther would not have thought to feign Fervus, in all honesty.
Thinking of sunshine and rainbows and totally nothing that can make them laugh or break their composure.
which I will be having you make performance checks. Don't you
Yeah.
worry.
Fane is off, and there's
After
elevator.
to ping me if there anything interesting happened, right? Because it's
I mean-
just a boring old thing to Anther, right? I can work on this potion and have not miss anything.
Everything's fine. We'll tell you later.
I mean, to be
Okay.
fair, Xenia, can't you keep your feign on, but just like be like, okay, no, don't receive anything from Esther.
Yeah, I think they may do that and just go, okay, Fane, just play elevator music.
Exactly.
You don't know what an elevator is, but you have to play the music for it.
Play
Alexa.
low-key tavern background music.
Play Cantina Band.
You know, no, not the dancey music, the background noise stuff that's just
Like
yeah.
I just
on.
imagine Xenia's
the
way I imagine it-
jazz.
the way I imagine it is Xenia's brain is Haru from 50% off after they shot the Haru that could read.
Oh my god.
Hair.
I'm just imagining the like opening, like the style of the opening theme to Vox Machina.
Yeah.
Okay. Esther's just gonna feign Issa. Can I please feign you throughout this? Because it's taking all I
please do.
have. I'm trying so hard not to lose my shit.
Gonna feign stream it to Issa.
Basically. My music has stopped working, so that's fun.
Would you like a live feed?
Alright, so. Well, as we kind of cut back in, Rosalind, she just kind of like leans into you and says, yeah, hi. Nice to meet you.
Likewise. May I ask who this proposal is meant for? Hello? Anybody?
Nope.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh.
For a second,
Just,
I'm like,
hello.
Oh, my roll 20 is very unhappy.
ooh.
Yeah, you got dropped from it.
Oh, no, hold on.
You're showing a picture?
Yeah, I said something and everybody went silent. I was going, uh-oh.
Yep. I don't forgot to say something.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I just said it too low.
Apparently there's a
Um,
slowdown issue that just got resolved an hour ago,
Hmm.
so there could still be bugs.
Okay.
I think result. Oh, Jesus. I think resolved is a relative term.
Yeah, it's subjective.
Yeah.
Woohoo, the
Here's
chest
my
feeling's
roll.
back.
Here's what roll 20 currently looks like.
Yeah,
Oh.
someone's getting that actually 30 minutes ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
But so she goes, it's for you and, me.
Oh.
So,
That's scary.
nice to meet you. She goes to shake your hand. Look at her. She's, seemingly a very young wood elf. Or half wood elf. It's kind of hard to tell. Shorter than you, maybe like 5'3". Very, like, very much like, standard fairy features in like a Disney kind of elf way. Where it's like young, freckles, like kind of chubby cheeks, big, like bright green eyes with like a dark tan skin. Which in retrospect, I realize it looks very similar to kind of the thing of Venus, but yeah, just kind of looks up at you and just, yeah. So hi.
Hello. I hope that this won't come as too abrupt, but I must
This is
tell
surprising
you
to me, too.
before- I must tell you before anything else that I am not going to be considering any such offers.
Oh, thank God. Sorry, not because of you.
Oh no. You were pushed into this, I suppose.
I was sent to ask. I wasn't expecting to ask myself, and you're very pretty, and I'm very scared.
Oh my god.
But I've also just met you, and this is very terrifying.
Disaster lesbian.
But yes,
I was terrified you were going to say, like, oh yeah, let's do it like tomorrow or something.
oh no.
Oh,
Oh heavens no. Not
Okay,
even if I
good.
was open to such things, but no. Well, with that perhaps out of the way, is there any deeper reason behind being sent here? Is it some form of alliance that was hoped for? Some sort of connection of families?
I think my dad says I stay inside too much and wanted me to go out and meet people.
But that
And,
that can be done outside of arranged marriages.
oh, yeah, he, He's a bit aggressive in everything he does.
Mm. Well, you might as well. You've come all this way, you might as well take a little bit of advantage of being out here. Anther is beautiful and full of a great many people.
Okay.
I might be able to make a few introductions. We can.
I
see.
would love that, thank you.
And
She kind of like walks over to the rest of you guys and be like, "Hi, I'm Sammy. I'm sorry. I know this is awkward. Nice to meet you all." And she goes like shake all of your hands.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
okay.
Like I reaches the hand and just like tries to gauge either half or full elf.
Roll an insight check.
Roll an insight check 22.
Seemingly a full elf. Maybe if they've reached 100, it's just barely.
Oh, come on. 33. This is not something I should be thinking about.
Does Esther see the look Xenia's giving?
There's a slight face journey going on. I don't know if it's blatant. or
You
not.
notice it. Roll insight to translate it to
I was-
Esther.
Fuck, where's my insight? Come here, brother.
Starts with I. Oh no.
You see the calculations going on briefly.
Hi, Xenia Talson.
Hi, Xenia. Wait, Xenia Towsend.
Yeah.
Are you the ultimate elf?
Where'd you get that notion from?
I talk to the Seldarine sometimes. We have a working relationship.
You do.
Yeah. You're like the every elf, right?
Indeed. Come sit. Let's talk about it a little bit.
Okay. I'm just gonna have to introduce myself. Hi. She walks up to Esther. Nice to meet you. I'm Sammy.
Lovely.
You're
to
very
meet
warm.
you. Yes, that kind of comes with the character.
Love your eyes, by the way. She kind of like moves over next to Ash and goes, "Hi. Nice to meet you. I'm Sammy."
You could make diamonds between Ash's teeth right now.
She just kind of like quails before and goes, "Okay," and turns back around and goes to sit next to Xenia.
Immediate,
Eldrine, you say?
immediate feign to Ash to calm down. It's all right.
Ashta, you can feel a literal ribbing from Rayla inside your armor right now, like poking you, trying to aggravate you.
There's a response to Rosalind. It's like, if I was physically capable of, you might have a point.
Oh no.
Sammy sits next to you, Xenia, on the other side of Ashta, and just like, he's really scary.
That's okay. That's okay. Let's talk gods for a little bit.
Okay?
Xenia's getting to that voice tone of how they were sort of talking to Ronir, but not as blatant.
Oh, I can hear it, don't worry.
It's noticeable.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
And I look at you like, yeah, I'm a kind of servant of Mundo. Technically a warlock, I think, but,
There's like a mixture of like amazement and like admiration and infatuation in Xenia's eyes.
it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I've heard you have connections to, like, way too many elven gods, but also Mundo?
Yeah, a few pieces of the Solderine Moonbow are.
Yeah, they've told me about you.
Oh,
You're-
really?
Yeah, they say you're really weird, but really useful.
That's one way I describe myself. Yes.
So, I think I felt whatever ritual you did earlier today. I don't know
Wait,
what it was, but I could feel it, like, resonating.
Oh, some resurrection.
You can do those?
Oh, I can do so much more, dear.
Oh my god.
Give me a full elf.
She nods, and just you can see her cheeks are just like bright, like the freckles all light up green, and she just kind of like nods and just like looks away and like, okay,
Doing a slight insight check on that.
go for it.
Give it to me.
Oh.
She is so fucking overwhelmed right now.
Aww.
She just basically proposed, got rejected, was thankful about it, got terrified by Asha, and then got flirted with by the ultimate elf, who apparently did resurrection earlier today. She's dealing with a lot right now.
Yeah, so you just like Leanne just goes, so tell me about Lentia.
She just like stands up, I'm gonna go powder my hands. And walks out.
Powder my dog.
I think she was a bit
Fuck.
overwhelmed.
I left my lawnmower running.
Yeah, basically.
Like a little bit of a satisfied smile.
I won't discourage this, just
Duke.
give her a little bit of space.
Yep. At that point, the Duke kind of walks in and just goes, "Oh, she's gone. All right. Did you
Just
find
for
out
a
what she
moment.
was here for?"
Hmm.
She said she was from Lentiel.
She's here on a bit of a visit, needed to broaden her horizons, according to her father, and, well, we didn't get to discuss anything about timelines or how long of a stay or accommodations, but we were going to get to that. She just needed a quick run to freshen up a little bit.
Okay. Glad to hear it then. No. Well, I'll ask what you guys came here for then before she goes back. And Ross, looking closer, he was putting up a face earlier. He's exhausted.
And
Like, you can hear, like, the nasally sound of his voice and, like, a very sore throat.
just a visit, but are you all right?
Oh, some kind of passing of flu, I think.
Sit down, please. Just
Yeah. Oh, right.
don't... You shouldn't push
Kind of-
yourself when this happens.
Somebody here to get a look at you, Duke?
Sam, Sarah, and them, if you don't mind. Sam, Sarah, and them have been wonderful. They've taken most of the load off me, but I went out for just a couple hours today, rather than normal 8 like I usually do.
Good. You probably
taking
need
care,
all the
but-
rest.
Xenia, do you want to take a look? My healers can't figure anything out.
Yeah, let me see what I can do. Seems
Go for
bad.
Yeah.
Roll either a medicine check or a religion check.
Do medicine, feign advantage, and guidance if I can.
Yeah, go for it.
Nice.
Oh, my roll 20 is slowing down.
Aw.
22.
22. Okay. It's not a natural illness. It seems to be almost like a magically resistant bug in a way.
Mhm.
Basically, it's a pathogen that came from some supernatural source and spread like a normal bug would.
Would
It's not
they-
deadly or anything, but it's exhausting.
they know if, like, greater restoration could help?
It might if upcast, but this is one of those mostly get bed rest, drink some tea, and basically deal with it till it's gone.
Yeah, Zing's just gonna give, like, oh, you may have to deal with it till it goes away, but it's not harmful, just gonna make you a little tired. Tea always works.
I wouldn't mind some tea. You'll want some.
Sure. Thank you.
Coffee, please.
Sure. You see him kind of step out and say something just outside the door, and a couple minutes later, a platter is brought out. In the meantime, that goes. But you all are just here for a visit. Nice to see you. But
A brief one.
anything to discuss? How are the refugees settling in?
Well, it's only been so long, but it seems to be going very smoothly and well, and just kind of conversation until it peters out a little.
Yep. Eventually, the tea is brought in. And he kind of looks at Ashta once he starts drinking his tea, like, "You're quiet today." Ashta, you are muted if you're.
Yeah, I meant to feign that in the chat, but he's like,
No, he's just he's looking at you, anyways, and
Yeah.
it was quiet.
he jolts for a second. Just a lot of stuff happened recently.
Should be aware of anything dangerous on this side.
He shakes his head. Nothing immediately, no. It's a lot to think about.
He kind of like places a hand on your knee, just like, it's all right. You can rest here for a day. I know what it feels like to be overwhelmed by responsibilities. It's fine here. Treat it as your home.
Esther is trying to be comforting.
I want both Esther and Xena to roll their performance checks.
Oh, Jesus
Yep.
Christ.
Well, I was like, your passive performance is enough, so.
Okay.
Luck, roll. Luck, roll.
Oh!
Shit!
In unison, the both of you kind of just do like a slight snark.
hand goes over the mouth, just tries to disguise it as a cough.
Yeah.
He kind of looks at you and says,
Tea down the wrong
"Do
way.
you folks always look different when you come visit me?"
Oh,
Sorry about that. I don't think we should. Esther is a crapshoot. I'm good.
All right. Well,
hey!
Esther, were you always? He kind of points towards the eyes. So luminous.
No, actually, today I spoke to the phoenix that resides in Peduncle.
Oh. I guess it went well then. You
Yes,
folks are. Man, the
he's
luck I
actually-
had in hiring you guys for a single day's journey to help Rosalind. I'm so thankful to you for what you've done for her, and what you've done for yourselves in turn.
we all care for Rosalind very much.
Oh, indeed.
I'm very grateful
Glad
to
to
have
hear
met
it.
them.
Sorry, say again, Aru?
I'm very grateful to have met them.
Smiles at that and kind of takes your hand in his, Rosalind.
Astra feels like someone put a zip tie on in the heart in his chest right now.
He kind of smiles and says, "Well, if you don't mind waiting, I'm gonna wait till what's her name, Sammy turns.
Of course.
Just rest here and enjoy the tea. I'm going to give myself a chance to relax." He kind of leans back into this like heavily cushioned oak chair that he has, and sips his tea, and you see it almost like
Of course.
slightly revitalizing him as he just relaxes into the heat.
Xenia, would you mind stepping out and seeing if Sammy is on her way back? And feign to Xenia simultaneously. Warn her about the cover story that I gave about nothing to do with a proposal. Everything is just here to travel and see things.
He's just gonna fan back. So, just tell her to lie, or say that anything that you said was just out the window right now.
Whatever she's most comfortable with.
Okay, cool. He's going to step out and go look for Elf.
As you open the door, she's standing like next to the door, like hyperventilating.
Oh, he's gonna like close the door
Dear, jeez.
behind them for a second. Just go, hey, you.
She jolts like a foot in the air.
Oh, sorry.
Whoa.
Sorry, I was walking in the main hall and a man tried to flirt with me and I didn't know how to handle it.
Oh, sorry about then in there, really.
Oh no, he was just very aggressive. Very cute though. Very aggressive.
Beat him up, though. We
No,
beat him
no,
up.
no, he was polite, just forward. Like I said, I didn't leave my house much.
Oh, no worries. Same here. Grew up, sort of similar. You know, in the house a lot. So, just as a off-topic thing, when you head back in, either you have the choice to sort of glance over what Rosalind did tell you about what she said.
Oh, she already said no, I wasn't even gonna bring it up.
All right, and or you can just say that you were there to sightsee, depending on what you're more comfortable with.
I think I'm gonna do that. It seems like an easier lie. Oh god, I'm gonna have to lie to the Duke.
It's okay, and he like taps like just a slight pat on the shoulder, and there's some guidance in there, just a little spiritual.
She kind of smiles as you do something. Sorry for freaking out earlier. Long day.
No worries.
Long week. I had to walk here. It took a while.
Well, if my friends agree, we could. How long are you planning to stay in Anther?
I'm just gonna journey. Rosalind said no, so next I have to go propose to Prince Rainier. So that's gonna be fun.
He is a character, indeed.
Yes, thankfully I get to skip Hal Kareem. Oh, apparently he had some fiasco lately and he's off the table as a bachelor, so thank God.
Nice.
Is he fucking hooked up with someone now?
No,
I think he's just in the military.
Good.
Yeah, basically. He even got a social dressing gown.
Yeah. So he's just gonna look and just go, okay, that's good, but once this is all done, I'd like to get you to know you. You seem like a very interesting person.
Oh, you're flirting with me too.
I'm sorry. I
No,
sometimes
I just, oh,
come off like that.
no, you were flirting with me. I know. Don't
Yeah,
lie.
I was. I really
okay.
was.
I was
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a lot. You're powerful and tall, and
I can make myself shorter. Do you want me to be shorter?
no, it's okay. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna go propose to royalty first, but I'll come back to you on that.
Let me know.
Will do. Okay. I'm gonna go pretend like I'm here just to talk, and I'm just expecting noble treatment because I don't know how to fend for myself.
Okay, I will completely lead you in inconspicuously, and that we just ran into each other in the hallway.
It is appreciated.
A sordid
Alright.
affair.
And then you just like opens the door when she's ready to go in.
Yep, when you both kind of walk back in, she seems to have composed herself properly again. She does have that similar uh, regal training that Rosalind does. You can see the kind of shift in demeanor. She's not nearly as good at it, though.
Mhm.
Just by the nature of Rosalind is ridiculous.
Yep. So he's gonna wait for Sammy to sit, and then they're gonna sit down.
Yep, and the Duke kind of sits back up and says, Sammy, nice to see you again. They discuss briefly just kind of the arrangements, how he offers like a big room, she offers to pay, he says no, kind of like the social dance of like, we have to do this and formalized. And as she mentions the kind of like trying to broaden her horizons, he says, if you'd like to, if with the permission of these folks, they have quite the tale to tell, if I'm not mistaken. They've gone. He kind of gives like a smile to Rosalind, dragon fighting. If I'm not mistaken, planar hopping. They're quite the accomplished bunch. Apparently, this one talked to the Phoenix.
I did, yes.
There's just like this look of like confused awe from Sammy.
Who are you people?
If you've seen the floating island floating above the country, that would be us.
Oh, my dad thought it was aliens.
No, no. Quite
Interesting.
mundane. We're working on settling it.
Okay. So you're not moon people coming here to steal our cattle?
Most certainly not.
Oh, he'll be so happy to hear that.
Your father has interesting theories.
Oh, he's such a wacko. He's... Whenever he comes up with an idea, he runs into it full force, and sometimes he's very wrong, and while he's not fully believing, is willing to entertain himself with the thought. It's quite sweet, actually, but... He's, his heart's in the right place.
Who is your father, if you don't mind me asking?
One of the, head merchants of, Montiel. The upper district is kind of managed by him. He doesn't, like, rent it out or anything, but he has his own specific enforcement. He makes sure that any disputes, any legal battles are taken up with him, and he brokers deals. And he essentially is a servant of the city who makes good money. He's an accomplished trader. But, if you guys don't mind, I would, shall we feast together?
I would be willing. Oh, wait until you meet the cook. She is a wonderful person and absolutely
And like
amazing
that, any hope of Asha saying anything is shut down because he just thought of the cook.
Yep.
What happened with the cook again, boys?
She took one
Jeez.
look at Ashta before all of this and immediately did the finger eyes to point. I'm watching you. Don't try anything.
Yep.
She knew.
Old lady sense.
Oh,
Perhaps, we should go.
So the Duke kind of says, go ahead. I'll come to the feast later. Rosalind, could you act as host in my stead?
Of course. Get some
Thank you.
rest. Please feel better.
I will. Oh, Ashton, can you stay behind for a moment?
Oh, good, because Esther was gonna intervene, man. Basically, like, Ashton, you should talk to him about finances and just fucking shove him.
file out the door, and Rosalind will try to linger and be the last one out and just feign to Ash to, it's alright, you can do it. I'll be outside. And
They're all outside with their ears pressed to the door. Everyone's got their ear pressed.
There's a quick feign back to Rosalind's like, are you sure your dad's not a Zodiac? Because he's scarier than any of the ones I've met.
Emotions can do that, my man.
As the rest of the crew files out, you see the kind of facade of the Duke fade. And it's more the image of a tired man in his 50s.
Ash just had to like slowly turns to like look at him, and if this were a show, there'd be the sound of creaking metal as he does so.
I imagine your armor creaks a little bit.
Maybe.
In this case. I know it doesn't normally, but in this case.
He was
and
playing
he
with
kind-
ice a lot. So
Mhm.
it might have gotten stuck.
he kind of like leans forward as opposed to like relax in the chair and sets his elbows on his knees and rubs his face. He's dealing with something. You can tell that easily enough from your passive insight. He just says, I hope you don't mind. I asked you to stay behind because I trust you to give it to me straight, as it were, due to your guard training.
He kind of like goes all like and is like, I guess that depends on what it is, but I'll do my best.
This island of yours, how is it faring? Is it capable of taking more people or no? Even with a bit of strain, we're being pushed to the brink here. As the refugees have begun to settle, people are just choosing to move in, as they've heard it's a developing area. Can you take anyone else?
In terms of capability,
Yes, even if you have to pitch tents, just we can't take anyone else, and they keep coming in.
my worry isn't the resources or the space. My worry is that half of us are fighting a war.
How goes the war? I'm so caught up here, I don't have any updates. Samsir tells me that the planes have begun to settle, but things aren't better yet.
Rosalind has made a strive towards fixing that. We've made a loose ally of one Zodiac, and are working towards some more. But on
Fantastic.
that, we've also put an end to the violent ones.
It's even better. So progress is being made then.
Progress is, but I don't know if it's enough.
But it's happening. Things are moving. And at least in a direction that we have some control over, right?
We're set next to a court in the plane of air to justify to the master lawkeeper, the Zodiacs, that we do not aim to wipe them out in their entirety.
Kind of purses his lips as you say that and says, alright, I assume Rosalind will be the mouthpiece to that conversation.
Nods. We're doing everything we can to make sure she's as convincing, consistent as we can get. I intend, as well as Xenia, to be there to read crowds, understand underlying things, read the people rather than talk to them.
Kind of nods, and you see him lean back in his chair and reach around the back. And he takes the scepter that he always takes with him, kind of treats it as a cane almost, and he places it in your hands. Give this to her.
It
It's
looks
hers by birthright, and if it is as important as you claim, it will be very, very useful.
slowly nods, and even with the strain you're having right now,
It was useful more when my seat wasn't so secure as it is now. When Anther was a trading town on the edge of the patchwork forests. Now I have political sway. It's looking like this. If Peduncle doesn't rebuild, this might become a pseudo-capital. That is more useful for negotiations. She'll know what it does. And only she can use it.
Something relevant to you then.
He kind of takes her hand before and says, and thank you for keeping her safe. I'm iffy on a lot of the other ones. But you have always been professional. And from what I can tell, you've never let her come to harm. And as a father, I can't explain how much that comforts me. Even Issa, she gives Rosalind too much headway, too much ability to manipulate her. You are steadfast, stoic. It's a quality I respect. Now, I have to get some rest. I find myself quite tired. Stands up and pats her on the shoulder and walks out.
Oh no, I have to take it now.
A wisdom saving throw.
22, pretty good.
Oh Christ, okay.
Dude, hurry up. This is your time. Catch him.
Sir.
And he kind of looks back and says, yes? You can see this, like, the lines of exhaustion on his face as he's let go of the staff have just deepened.
There's, on the same note, there's like, the aura is completely like gone of. There is ice crawling up the sides, the back of his neck.
Yep.
The wings are almost fading in and out.
He kind of looks at you with like eyebrows knit together. If it's bad news, can I ask that I wait for tomorrow?
He shakes his head. I would like to humbly request your approval for dating your daughter.
There it is.
There's just like a singular dip of the head. And the second one, he turns around, he opens the door as you all like fall in.
Fuck. Shit.
Hello.
Hi.
Rosalind's the only
Just-
one upright because she was not leaning on the door at all. She's
Yep.
just standing
He
back
nods
there.
to each of you, he pats your shoulder, Rosalind, and he walks past you all.
Well, that didn't go how I anticipated.
He didn't say anything, Ashta.
We
He's not
didn't.
moving.
Rosalind, you might wanna.
She just goes
Esther can
over
see the
to
ice.
him, kind of looks at like the scepter cane probably clutched in both hands and just gently takes his hands and in both of hers just to get his attention.
Sammy's just like standing behind all of you like, what's going on?
Something very interesting.
Ash just had like
Zenyakin is
slowly
going-
turns as like the little layer of ice kind of like shatters on his neck and just
What did
She eeps.
what did he do? What did he say?
this is for you.
Yes, but
Brought up the trip we're making with Libra. He said it's yours by birthright and it should help.
doesn't he need it?
Apparently,
You know what the scepter does.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It is a artifact passed down in the Duke's family, which just historically has been very political. Um, it basically, it's basically a run of what you say goes. Um, as long as you are speaking with this rod and believe in the cause that you are speaking upon, you make all charisma checks with advantage, and no magic can contradict the words that come from your mouth.
Holy shit.
Oh.
He used this when Anther was just beginning as a small settlement to basically turn a small town into a running, functioning small city. And he basically always promised you that if you ever came into office or wherever you chose to go, when he was getting ready to um, retire, he would give you the scepter.
All right. Thank you, but did you tell him?
Nods.
What did he say?
He walked out.
Not necessarily a bad thing. He is tired. It's a lot to take in. It's all right. You did it.
I don't know what I expected.
Mm.
He didn't need that. Like, rips his face. He really didn't. It's... But I couldn't let him go believing what he does about me. With that.
But now, you guys hear a gathering of people in the main hall and the Duke's voice resonating in it. He's making some kind of proclamation.
Well, there is to be a feast. Come on, let's go and catch up on things, especially if I'm hosting it.
Ashen stands up and again, like, ice off the chair.
As you guys kind of round the corner back into the main hall, the feast setup has begun. But everyone has turned to face the Duke. And he's crying. He's got tears going down his face. As he smiles, he announces to the people around, he says, I speak to you as a man who has known many of you. Been there to meet your children. I've witnessed this town grow into a city, along with the indispensable help of Samsir. There's some claps as he gestures towards them and they bow a little bit. Today I announce to you, I will briefly be taking some time off for a few weeks. There's gasps all around. Rosalind, you know he's never taken a break in the 30 to 40 years that he's been taking care of Anther. So that I can celebrate something I haven't had the chance to celebrate. It's long overdue. And he turns to face you, Rosalind, and he's got just happy tears in his eyes. My daughter Rosalind, she is a leader. A responsible, wonderful woman. At the crux of change in this country. While I take this break, I'm going to take time to get to know her and those who care about her. If they'll have me. Turns to look at you guys. May I visit your home, leaders?
Yes. We would be
Good.
honored to have you.
Good. Smiles to the crowd, and people are like, there's a lot of happy, kind of sappy smiles all around. This feast seems to be people who have been around for the longest time. Not the newcomers, not the powerful new people coming in. These are the people who've been around since Anther grew. He smiles and says, I hope you all will forgive me for taking a break at this time, but Samsir, I trust you to take care of things in my stead. Samsir looks thunderously angry. And he kind of steps off the platform and says, for tonight, Lady Rosalind will be hosting my feast as I take the chance to rest. He steps down and people are clapping, and while the noise and hubbub is going up behind him, he walks up to you, Ashton, kind of holds you by the shoulder and says,
Stock still.
I take back the professional remark. But
I couldn't let you go on believing it.
that's fine. I trust your integrity. And I couldn't be happier that it's you. I also owe the cook coins.
There was a spreading smile on Rosalind's face, and then it dropped, and... Oh, not you two.
She said you would run away with some vagrant with fancy magic someday and a knight in shining armor, and apparently she was right.
Sir, can I be frank with you? The only one I fear more than you in this whole thing is her.
In that case, you are wiser than I might have given you credit for in the past. If it helps, she cooked the feast before. There's no chance you poisoned it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's like a nod, like Asher just like goes along with it, like yes, reasonable thing to say. Absolutely, that was something I was worried about.
Okay. And he turns to you, Rosalind. He just pulls you into a hug, and you can feel the tears on your neck.
She hugs him back tight.
I'm so proud.
Thank you.
If you can find time while I'm taking my vacation, would you want to sit on the pedestal for a few days? Give Samsir a break? I know you're busy.
We'll see how things go, but oh goodness, Samsir. Poor Samsir.
They are going to murder me in my sleep, dear.
I'll do my best.
But I'm realizing that you don't rush into things. This has been coming for a while, and I wasn't close enough to you to see it. I want to take some time to get to know both of you. See who I've been missing out on, and what you've become in these few months.
Was it both addressed to Ash as well?
Vaguely. He's mostly focused on Rosalind right now.
Okay, I just for the he did say both, right? I heard
Yeah,
that.
yeah. He's implying it, but he's speaking to Rosalind right
Yeah.
now.
Okay, that's. Yep.
And I keep hearing reports of these beautiful birds on your island, and I would love to meet them.
They are fascinating. But for tonight, I would very much like for you to rest. So in the morning, you're well and ready and can come up and enjoy your first sight of the island.
Sounds wonderful, dear. And the scepter is on loan. I'm not retiring yet, dear.
Thank you.
I wouldn't do that to you yet. Maybe once this war is finished, we can talk about that again, though.
Ah,
But you have a task ahead of you. I will not pretend it is not monumental. I've never known you to quail before pressure before. be the voice that this country needs. No magical politics. No grandstanding of the good of the people. You grew up in a small town and lived with those who you protect, and you are raising another town with your folks. They are who you serve, no one else. And don't you forget that.
Of course not.
Good. He just takes you and kisses you on the forehead. Now, I'm going to go prostrate myself before Sam Seer and ask for mercy. Go get some rest. Enjoy the feast.
And Rosalind's just gonna kind of say as an aside to the entire group, I may have to promise to take a few days off to help Samsir at this point, just so they don't murder him.
You guys can see the literal thundercloud following behind Sam Seer
I
as
guess
they march up to the Duke.
I had best do that now.
And they stand up to you, Rosalind, and go, "You are going to take care of this feast. I'm going to go take the last nap I'm going to have in weeks."
I'll come back at some point during it and help. I don't know exactly when, it depends on how things go, but
Don't care. If you promise it, I'm holding you to that. If you break that promise, I will slaughter you in your sleep. This is the first time I've gotten a full night's rest in weeks. And he does this to me, and the Duke is just trying to walk out of the room, and he says, "Oh, don't you dare, you decrepit old man!" Chases after him.
Ashen might just like put a hand up, just like, I am owing you quite a bit right now.
Good, you'll come here too. Bye. And they follow after the Duke.
And he just heals after. Also, we might have a potion to help you.
I will take it happily, but I am on too many potions right now to deal with that.
There's a quick feint over to her. It's like, hey man, just within the next week, can you whip up one of those things you gave Orzer?
Magical energy drinks.
The catnap potion?
Yeah, it don't gotta be right now, but I'm gonna need it at a point.
That's fine. I can. Yeah.
If you need to pick something up for it, just keep it in mind.
That's fine. I can get that to you.
Mm.
Yeah, and Travis is still currently working on the thing.
So by the end of the feast, the 2 hours would have been up.
Yeah.
So give me that alchemy check. DC of
Feign
22.
Advantage.
Yep, so DC is 22 due to the fact that it is a very powerful potion.
There's also when you make the catnap potion, can you just write the words "I'm sorry" on the bottle?
No problem. Give me a sec. I'm just doing something. I'm
Sure
in the middle of something. Oh fuck.
oh
Okay.
no.
So
Okay,
I'm going to make the first potion. And
Nuts.
you've got the right idea, but it seems like the Fane crafted ingredients don't take nearly as well.
And he's gonna just start like scribbling stuff down. Just
It's not from a lack of the effect taking place, but the effect is underwhelming. It would still probably be a useful potion of like a just basically it's the advantage of 1 charisma check, but otherwise it is functionally not what you need.
Still write that down though. That might be
what
helpful.
do I have?
So potion of basically singular charisma advantage.
Yeah.
But you have the ingredients that you can immediately start your next try. You have, I believe, 3 more sets of ingredients.
Yeah.
How long does that potion last? Out of curiosity.
It's 1 use. It gives advantage on 1 check.
Okay, but it's just like whenever you make it next.
Yeah, basically the next charisma check you make, you can choose to make with advantage.
Okay, but could you in theory drink it like a day before and say absolutely nothing?
Theoretically.
I was just wondering if it worked
Again,
like guidance or anything.
it's not an issue of duration of the potion. The question is that it's Fane craft ingredients. You guys don't know what's going to happen after the 24 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not due to the effect of the potion. It's the Fane craft ingredients are weird. You have yet to see what happens. That's all.
All right.
So that's the Fane one done, and he's just gonna put it up on a shelf. All right.
There's like the various dwarves who are with you just kind of sigh and like,
It didn't take as well.
if you can't make your own ingredients, store bought is fine, I guess.
Do any of you dwarves perhaps have guidance?
We can get some of Xenia's. I think one of them has it.
You could do that just so we have the best so we can thin down this margin of error.
Yeah, sure thing. And here, we'll help you out with this one too.
And
We're not
then
gonna
we'll
get very much sleep tonight, are we?
Nope. This is important.
They all just crack their knuckles in unison. Let's go. So for this one, the dwarves will be helping you, so get advantage of them.
Yep. Advantage.
And double it up to double.
But we will get to that after another
We'll
4
do
hours
that.
pass.
Yes. No, we'll do that.
So.
Yeah.
Rosalind, once the kind of humor and pompousness of the Duke's announcement has died down, every eye in the house turns to you.
It's a quick faint over. Okay, now your turn.
Yep.
No, Sammy's looking bewildered right now.
Yeah, I was assuming that more time had passed because that was the 2 hours for the feast. I kind of figured.
You know, I was getting that out of the way early,
All right.
because I was scared I would forget.
Yeah, I was already typing by the time that.
You
happened,
know what?
So, yep.
Once the pin has been pulled, Ash is gonna go find Sammy.
She's standing like right there.
Yep. Okay. He's like,
And
Sammy,
Rosalind
a word.
is just gonna go ahead and
She-
get
she kinda look- she kinda
everything
looks-
started.
Yep, she kind of looks at you like both hands over her mouth, like, "Oh my God, you two are dating."
Yep.
Please don't murder me.
You understand?
I didn't know. I am so sorry.
I know you didn't.
I have a coupon
long as you
for
do now.
Lentiel. I have a coupon for Lentiel if you would like all of Lentiel.
Coupon for all of
I mean,
he
I
like tilts his head and like his kind of like scariness actually tones down a little bit for a second. It's like, what? Explain.
Whenever I was told by my dad, whenever there's a customer who gets angry and we can't help them, there's a coupon we can give them. And I have one if you would like. Please don't kill me.
But no.
I'll take the coupon.
Thank you. And you're not gonna kill me for flirting with your girlfriend? If it helps, I wasn't flirting. I had to ask her. I'm so sorry.
Puts his hand out for the coupon.
She places it in your hand. It's like a gold foil, like credit card.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's basically you go to anywhere in Lentiel, 20% off the next whatever you buy. One use.
He turns it in his hand and goes, huh. Like throws it in the thing, like puts it in a pocket or a bag of holding actually, and then just goes, ice crystals out the mouth again.
Yeah, that's
You're
really
fine.
cool. How do you do that?
You're fine. I forgive you.
Okay.
Also,
she's just like trying to come to the fact that she's not going to be killed in the next 10 minutes.
Yep. And just also just can't scratch the back of his head. If you are looking for her, he kind of looks to the group and is like, "Do you think this might be more for Rosalind? But do you think your dad would be happy about maybe you opening up a trade deal with the island?"
I mean, forget if he'd be happy. I'd be happy to do that.
We can't promise selling abducted cows, but
No, that's fine. I can set something up now. No, and you see she's at me like, just flip the switch in her head. Like, no, I've got my own things I can set up. I don't need his permission for that. Is that a possibility?
we can talk about it later. But I think
In exchange, we can set up trade networks. We have like flying tradesmen. We trade a lot with hold on, I remember the city name. Isol. A lot of the folks who fly there, they trade in Lentiel because flying over the Evergreen Swamp is easier than traveling through it, and it's hard to find Kakowin. So they come to us, and it's a lot of flying traders, and we can make this work.
now it's again might be more for Rosalind.
That's fine. I can.
But-
I'll set up some copies, like potential contracts to be edited later. And after food. I'm very hungry.
That sounds like an idea. That sounds like a good idea.
Conrad,
Yes.
I can use one of those reagents just to make the catnap potion, right? That I was able to do that for Orzer.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just gonna do that and do the whole "I'm sorry" shtick on it, and just like, all right,
Keep in mind, those fade after a day.
yeah,
So, it depends whether or not you'll be coming back to talk to Issa. Or not Issa, Santa's here today.
yeah.
I mean, if he messes with Ashton about it, he'll just be like, I mean, if you want to bring it down, or send someone down with it.
I can. Oh yeah, like I can whip up the potion in 10 minutes. That's not too. That's not too much. You can send someone if need be.
Oh, there's also a good question. How much got Fane streamed to Issa?
I just realized.
All of it.
Good.
Oh,
She was
boy.
cackling and howling the whole time.
Yeah, he like first is gonna come with the like the potions. You okay?
That will be after the feast. Because you're taking care of the potion right now.
Yeah.
Just whenever that is, he just goes, yep. He's on.
Yep. So, Rosalind, as you step up to the podium to begin the feast, it's outside of your own little party who's in their own world right now. They're quiet and just waiting for you as you step up, your shoes clacking on the floor.
I was hoping like hell.
Turn
I
to
could
face them.
brush over this.
Nope. If Ashta had to deal with admitting to Rosalind's dad and also the whole Sammy situation, you have to deal with this.
I'm not good at speaking. Rosalind was a terrible idea for a character for me.
It's practice.
That hindsight just hitting you.
No,
Also,
it's
I played
people
Dale. He had 20 intelligence. All characters get ridiculous to a certain point.
I honestly do not know what she would say, but she would.
She would say things.
Yeah, she'd probably just thank them all for just, I guess, everything, Anther. Promise that she would return and, at some point and help ease matters.
An appreciation for the people who've been there for the beginning and continue to be there through the troubled times,
Yeah, all of
easing the Duke's burden.
Get your turn, Ashta. Don't worry.
Oh no.
I'm trying to give ideas.
That's okay. Let her try.
If she can, like, slip it in there, just something about, making sure the Duke returns in good health.
People are quite appreciative of that sentiment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and, just, I guess just to promise that they're doing everything they can for not only Anther, but Panacea in general. And pretty much at the end, but enough of that, let's, enjoy this time together and just start the feast.
Curiosity, give me that performance check with advantage due to the scepter.
Hooray!
As a note, it does not require attunement, as long as you're the one wielding it.
Cool. 29.
Yeah, it is a terrific speech. Some of these people you've known since you were born. Seeing you in this position, of a couple of them are teary-eyed, kind of seeing you hold the scepter and hold yourself so regally. During the speech, many make this very apparent to you. During the feast, not the speech. They make their way up to you and discuss with you, just basically saying all like the proud aunts and uncles, effectively, of Anther.
Mm-hmm.
But as the feast is feasted,
As a minor side thing, I guess, she's made sure that Ashta is sitting right next to her. and she's just a little bit less hiding it. She's not like outright leaning on him or anything, but if
Openly
anybody is
affectionate.
feeling observant, yep, or insightful.
The disposition is there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Asha is taking a very close look at everyone who walks up to her.
At one point, Ashta, as you're nearing the end of the meal, you feel this like nefarious presence over your shoulder.
Fuck!
He's here.
He gives a. He's like looking forward, but he like feigns over to Rosalind. She's right behind me, isn't she?
Rosalind will look over.
Cook is standing there with a wooden spoon, gripped in white-knuckled hand.
And Rosalind gets up and opens up her arms. Thank you for everything. This is wonderful. And tries to like redirect the attention a little.
Give me a... Give me a charisma check with advantage, just raw charisma.
I don't think I've told you enough how much I appreciate you and everything you do, and
Whoa!
Ashta, the omen of death disappears from over your shoulder, and she turns to you, Rosalind, and just gives you a hug. And just whispers in your ear, "You're too good for him.
don't sell him.
Look at his hair. It's not even styled."
Oh,
I quite
oh,
like
Jesus.
it. And don't sell him too short.
He always did like the scruffy types. He should at least shave.
Try that.
Then to grow a proper beard.
Hmm. If he feels like it one day.
Don't be too soft on him. Men like that need a strong hand to put them where they need to be.
He's really quite sweet. Honestly.
He is right now. Wait till you get used to him. Okay, we got a cavity.
Is Asha hearing all this?
Yes, she is
Okay.
not trying to hide this from you.
Just making sure.
I think you're just terribly biased.
Every word she says hits like a punch to the soul, Ashta.
Yep.
She turns around, letting go with a hug, and gives you this death glare. You're lucky you're in armor that my wooden spoon can't tarnish.
He tries to like say a sentence like 3 times and fails and just. Can I have a word?
No, you seem to know your place now. She walks away. He's gonna follow after.
I.
Gonna get some-
You do so. She gets back to the kitchen and turns around and says, "Ah, braver than I thought."
Have to be fair. What is your favorite dish?
Roll a charisma check with advantage, good sir.
Uh, 9.
Oh,
Fuck.
The scrutinizing eye does not leave you.
He's
Rosalind.
prepared for it.
Rosalind, what is your favorite dish?
no! Probably something with an apple in it that's, it's not a dish, probably a dessert. Baked apple. Just, yeah.
She sighs and says,
Apple pie, probably.
"Take off those gauntlets and come wash your hands."
Slowly nods and does so. Is it something to do with apples?
You're smarter than you look. You'll never get it the same way I do it, so don't try. Show me what you think she likes, the spices.
He sketches it. It's like, I'll
Oh,
try.
you're starting from scratch, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm starting from scratch, yes. This is why I've walked into the lion's den.
She barks over her shoulder, and one of the other chefs comes up and says, "Young man, he is, like, for a second, you mistake him for, like, a soldier. He stands straight back, not looking her in the eyes. And she turns to him and goes, "You still want to leave here?" He nods. "Go to the castle. Up there. Teach him how to cook the right dishes. Educate him. Not gonna have whoever Rosalind's with not know how to cook a damn good dish. And when he fails, you cook the dish instead and pretend it's his." He nods.
You're running a culinary militia, aren't you?
"Don't you ever fucking forget it."
He goes into full, salute. Heels click together.
She smiles at it and says, "Maybe not as bad as I thought." And she just grabs you by the gorget of your armor and drags you down to her height because she is shorter than you.
Mm-hmm.
And she just looks you dead in the eyes and says, "And if you ever forget this fear that I have put into you, I will come back and return it twice-fold."
I can with 100% honesty say I watch the ghosts of those I've killed surround me and stare at me, and I do not think they have even the slightest bit of contempt that you do.
Correct. She is my daughter as much as she is the Duke's. Don't you forget that.
Nods.
And if you hurt her, you will never eat a pleasant meal for the rest of your days. Like sand.
I'd sooner throw myself in front of her to have that happen to me.
Don't you forget that either. She lets go with the piece and says, "Go enjoy the meal. I have to cook."
Nods. Walks out.
As you do so like that, for a brief moment, you're considering checking if she's some kind of fucking paladin oathbreaker, because the fear she draws from you. And as you leave the kitchen, it palpably lessens.
He walks out and he's like, just internally in his head, he's like, "I don't ain't shit."
Yeah. But you would enjoy the meal. Around the end of it, Fervis, you catch just the last little bits, the desserts being served. Rosalind and Ashta, you were each served a plate of roasted apples baked in spices with a nice, not so sweet, but similar to vanilla, drizzle over the top.
He has his Fane on the whole time, asking them to analyze every small detail of this flavor.
They are doing their best, but this is some kind of fucking sorcery.
Rosalind, in the meantime, absolutely oblivious to that, is just delighted and, "Oh, it's one of my favorites!" And you have to try this, and yep.
Mhm.
It is cut thin like paper, each slice. It almost melts on your tongue.
There's a Fane over to Esther. It's just like, "Can you identify this?"
I could give it a shot.
Fucking chef, guys.
Esther's just gonna
Magically
lean over and
identify, I
cast Identify.
Okay.
It is not magical.
Actually,
It is just- Crazy good.
it's not magical. That's
Fuck.
pure talent.
Xenia, yours are
Xenia, can you
organized-
identify this?
Xenia,
Yeah, motherfucker.
your plate of these is given to you, and it's in they're organized in the shape of a cocky grin.
Oh my god.
What? What? Can you say that again?
I'm
It's organized
confused.
in the shape of a cocky grin.
Yeah, I don't understand.
She's asking you to step to her.
Yeah. Square up! In the
It's a-
kitchen!
Oh
It is
my
an apple
god.
of challenge. It is an
Iron
apple of
Chef
challenge,
challenge.
of which the likes has not been seen since the Battle of Troy.
And you stands up,
No.
She's thrown down the fruit gauntlet.
Oh my
puts down their
god.
napkin, and goes to the kitchen.
Oh!
Oh no!
And as you enter the kitchen, and this aura, this darkness, just descends upon you, she turns to face
JoJo
you.
menacing, go, 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 go.
No,
coming out
exactly.
the
That is
hallway.
exactly what I'm going for here. She turns to you and she says, "So you wish to challenge me, young elf?"
Oh god.
Approaching me.
Yeah, sure, why not?
This is good. She hands you an apron.
Mmm. Xenia is
Pick the dish.
prepared.
Pick the dish.
Xenia sort of just strokes her chin. Oh fuck one. No, my eyes.
I'm glad you're enjoying this.
So heads up, my eyes are doing the thing again where they're really hurting because of light.
Close your eyes.
Yeah, I can't see shit.
You don't need to.
Okay. Yeah, Xenia's just gonna look and just go. Pancakes. Blueberry.
Done.
Oh,
Better. I see you've grown stronger since I last met you.
Indeed, I have. There are no more cabbages on spits.
Cook. Good. Then maybe you'll survive this encounter.
Hmm.
Go ahead and roll me a cooking check.
Feign advantage, guidance, go.
Go for it.
oh, we can only play.
Asher looks over to Rosalind and like glances over to the hallway and is just like, there's a plane of existence I haven't even known exists until now, bending right now.
Dice want to kill me. I saw that. Opened my eyes to see that shit.
They're trying to roll in the gourmet plane.
Jesus!
Conrad,
Oh my god.
don't me.
Oh my
Don't
fuck
don't
with
show
old
that.
ladies.
don't-
I was trying to roll it. I
I was
apologize.
never fucking with her. I have never said anything against this person, and she
Oh
wants
my
to challenge me.
You're a
God.
cook in her vicinity. That's grounds for execution.
She
Is
doesn't
that-
even know.
Oh yeah, no. This isn't. She thinks that like you are a threat. She's like angry at you. She just wants good competition. She is enjoying every minute of this,
Of course she is, the fucking
She-
sadist.
and she pancakes you under the table.
Impressive.
Grown stronger though.
Indeed.
Jesus Christ.
I will have one request.
Go ahead.
The apples.
Press again.
The apples. What's your
Yes.
secret?
She smiles and says, "Come back in a couple of years' time. I won't die until someone beats me at cooking those apples."
I'll kill you with cooking and take your book with it.
You won't be the first to try. As a note, this lady's like 90 years old and human.
I was gonna say the human is telling the full elf that you're 20 years too early.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Fuck
don't
it,
think she can die.
I'm threatening Betty White here, guys.
No, genuinely.
To die.
And she just nods and says, "But she'll promise. Maybe someday someone will manage to kill me. But until then, Pierre is going to be joining you. Learn from him. Find my secrets and finish me with them."
Oh my god.
Take up.
Ooh.
You're just gonna extra anime bow. Just that I take up this mantle.
Good.
I can.
I am a
I
mere
wasn't even
apprentice.
here for most of that. I could still hear Giorno's theme like playing.
Exactly.
I'm just getting Black Butler music.
Oh.
Deal. Oh.
Joel Purvis walks in like pushing like, oh.
Joel Taro. D.
Deal. Oh. But as you leave the kitchen, thoroughly defeated, Purpose, you show up, you give Issa the potion. She looks like she could kiss you.
Sam's
Wrong
here?
one.
Sorry, Sam's here. Yep, sorry. You explain how it works, and they just like grab you and say, "How much do I have to pay you for a 64 pack?"
Well, how much would how much would that run me for materials for like ones that don't go away after 24 hours?
64 of them. Materials alone would be. Where did I put that calculator?
Yeah, he's like doing the thing where he's like whenever people like do like math equations in their head, they start like scribbling it out in the air. Yeah, he's doing that. He's just like,
His hand is a blur given his intelligence level.
Yeah.
carry the 7.
If you include like basically a discount, considering you're going to be doing it in bulk and you can make these en masse, it would cost close to 8,000 gold pieces. Just the materials.
You want a 64 pack for materials? That'll run you about and then I say the figure.
So standard cost of that much work, it would run her about 15,000 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Yep, she nods and goes, okay, hands you a bag of 1,500 platinum.
Oh my god.
I have never seen this much money in my life. Okay.
I know. Get it to me whenever you can. And
Great.
she takes the one in your hand and just chugs it.
And and I basically like if there's like a dwarf nearby, or like go up to Issa, like tell the dwarves we have a rush order of some catnap potions, and I wave the bag of money in front of her.
Yep, and they just look at it like, oh. Yeah, we can get to work on this. I wonder if Gabriel can help us with the anti-exhaustion stuff. And they just like, they grab you and like drag you back up to the castle, basically.
Okay.
So for precise cost, it would cost about 7,608 gold pieces worth of materials.
Yep.
Round it up to 8,000 because you don't know if any will be lost or spoiled or whatever.
Exactly. And also not counting however much you can like grow or make by yourself.
Yeah.
But with that, the feast concludes. Samsir has energy. And most of the party is thoroughly intimidated by an old woman. I think we'll end the session there.
Purvis just wasn't there.
Purvis dodged something.
Fervers just sold some cocaine at the end there.
Yeah.
Oh no. Alright.
First is
Gonna
drug dealer.
We have
the
a
ultimate
stripper,
Melancholy
we have
Guys.
a drug dealer.
That's Carson.
That's a
Anyhow,
lot of
we're
money.
gonna go ahead and end the session on that, end the recording on that. So
Yep.
Goodbye.
Good night.